Did we actually start on time? Is that weird?
What time?
That we actually start on time? We're supposed to do this at 3:00, and it's exactly 3:00. Usually we're like 5-10 minutes late, or at least I am 5-10 minutes late. Why did you think it was later?
No. I was just. It is exactly 3:00.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of weird. So most people were like, I got another 5-10 minutes. There's no way these guys are going to start on time. So anyway, yeah, we're going to do a live stream. Decided to do one of these because, a couple different reasons. One, because I fucking want to. Two, because Keith got a crap ton of smoked doppelbock. And you're like, fucking might as well fucking, you know what I mean? Drink smoked doppelbock on the internet. And yeah, I mean, I'll be doing the massive bottle share tomorrow with Saison DuPont, but I figured I'd do this one because I'm going to take a little break from beer stuff. I have a bunch of reviews, so it's not like I'm not going to be posting reviews, but my wife wants to do a little healthy cleansing thing, so I'll be doing that starting on Tuesday because Monday's my birthday, and so Tuesday I'll be starting that. So we'll be. You guys didn't see that. That was pretty funny. And one of these, put that back on yet. We have a couple beers I actually have open from when I reviewed last night. And there's like the cork stopper just popped from pressure. It was pretty funny. Anyway, we will, so I'll be doing this. I'll be doing the thing tomorrow. Kind of taking it easy on the old beer for a month. And then once the Valentine's Day comes in, we're gonna go out. Me and the wife are gonna go out and we're gonna have dinner and beer and all the fun stuff we want to do. So, but like I said, I have a bunch of beer reviews actually in the kind of queue for the whole month. So it's not like there's not gonna be any reviews for you guys to watch. So anyway, so look, what we're gonna do this kind of like an AMA style thing. It's basically here for you guys to actually ask us questions. Doesn't matter what they are. Could be beer related, could be whatever related. We don't give a fuck. It's just a reason for us to sit around and drink doppelbock. We'll wait a couple of minutes. We'll wait a couple minutes, drink a little bit of local haze for a hot minute. Let the crowd kind of shuffle in and get situated and stuff like that. And we'll just start chugging on some fucking doppelbocks. Actually, break those out. We'll go over what we have. We'll show people what we have. Not actually start drinking yet. He's gonna grab those. I'll go over comments real quick. Andrew says, "I'm here." Hello, you are here. Mike Gibson's in the house. Cheers, brother. What's going on, homie? Andrew's like, what you drinking on your birthday? I'm actually not going to drink on my birthday. It's on a Monday. I usually don't drink on work weeks all that much, so I won't be drinking on my birthday. I'll probably treat tomorrow as my birthday, and I will be drinking Saison DuPont. We'll be doing that for the massive online bottle share. I have a bottle, probably crack one of these tonight just because I want to, but we'll be reviewing this as the massive online bottle share, the community bottle share. So we'll be doing that. And I don't know what else. I might crack open. I got a little bit of Utopia, so I got through something like that. Let's see what else. Mike's like, I got a homebrew day for me. Hopefully Homebrew Jam will be heading your way soon. That's very cool. It'd be very awesome of you to do that. Nagua, and Wagyu. There you go. What are you, beef? He says, what's up? What's going on, Matt? He says, hi, Matt, not hi, Keith. So go fuck yourself, Keith. And Justin Fons asked a question. Have you rolled through Bond lately?
I was there yesterday.
He was there yesterday. When did I go there? When did we go there? About 3-4 weeks ago? A month ago? When I came down for the internet thing at your house? It was like a month ago?
Yeah, probably about a month ago.
Yeah, about a month ago. We actually went to both Funk, because he asked if we actually went to Funk also. We actually went to a couple Yergi. What?
Yeah, we went a few places.
Yeah, we went to Yergi's. We went to Bon. We went to Funk.
And Cave.
And we went to Cave Brewing. So we did the whole kind of
The
mall brewery. We did that kind of area, kind of floating around there. So, yeah. You guys, what do you have? You have something from Bon, right? You brought something from Bon with him, actually.
Yeah, Bon Crowler. It's their future past present. Something.
Proper glassware
present,
for the
future,
Bon.
past. Double pale ale.
Oh, is this the one you were telling me about?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is just a double pale ale. The other one's a New England style double pale ale.
Present, future, past. I thought it was present, future, past. T, but it's past with a D. Just so you guys know. So yeah. I don't know if I've ever had a bomb crowler before. Everything's always been in like glass for me. I think. I don't know.
Didn't I give you a crowler?
You might have.
Yeah.
During the summer, maybe.
What was the one? Yeah. What was that one crowler?
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll go on a couple more comments.
Oh,
and
they had their Bontoberfest.
Bontoberfest.
Was in a crowler. I think I gave you one of those.
Okay, so there you go. I'm a liar to myself. DH Saison DuPont is delicious. We'll be the judge of that tomorrow. And we have Justin asking how was Cape. Cape was fine. It was good.
Yeah, I like them. They have a lot of malty stuff, and that's kind of my thing. So
there was a ton of dogs there, so that in and of itself makes me kind of fucking happy. So it is what it is. But like I said, we're gonna be doing kind of an AMA style stuff, but then we're gonna be doing a whole bunch of
these are in order. So.
Enkele Schleckele smoked doppelbock. We have 2010. We have 5 other ones. We have 6 total. We're going to be doing a 6-year vertical of these. We'll probably crack into these, answer some questions, kind of gamer in the camera. If people just don't ask questions, who knows? Just a reason for us to drink and talk about doppelbock. And then I have this giant kind of carafe thing here, and we're going to pour a third of each one of these in there and do the super cuvee, a 6-year vertical cuvee of smoked doppelbock, because who doesn't want to drink what is this, like a gallon of smoked doppelbock? Who doesn't want to do that? Is it a gallon? How much is it?
It's
was it 16.9, 17 ounces?
Yeah.
How what's 17 times 6? It's over a gallon doppelbock. So yeah, who doesn't want to do that? Especially like smoked like salami bologna fucking doppelbock. The vegan of the group, the loose vegan.
Yeah.
What would you call yourself?
Yeah, I call myself non-strict vegan.
Non-strict.
I eat
vegan.
most of my diet is vegan, and then sometimes I don't care, or sometimes there's no vegan options, so I do whatever. But yeah.
So there you go. So yeah, I don't know. Should we just crack into one of them now?
If we want to.
Fuck yeah. Let's go we're going to go newest to oldest. We're going to start 2015. We actually toyed. Key said, hey man, I can get like a 6-year vertical of these smoked doppelbocks. And I was like, okay, I'll get the rest. And he's like, you know what, dude? I think we're okay. A gallon of smoked doppelbock. I don't think we need any more of this. So
I mean, I love Rosh beer.
Sweet Bon. Get a little Bon glass. I got us proper lager glasses to do these out of.
I love Rosh beer, but I feel like I'll probably be okay for a while after today.
Yeah. It's not necessarily something that
I drank a fresh one last night. So
I saw you're doing research
because I don't
practicing
because I've had a bunch of these before, but I don't think I've had the doppelbock. So I got a fresh one just to have it, just to kind of know what I was getting into. Well, I kind of knew what I was getting into.
Yeah, so that's probably going to be about perfect. Trying to gauge how much we should pour in order to leave some behind for the super cuvee. So here we go.
So
2015 Enkele Schleckele Doppelbock, as you can see. What is that? Doo-doo water? Kind of looks like. Yeah. It looks like
amber.
It looks like a powdered iced tea mix.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it looks like. When you put a little bit too much powdered iced tea in there.
A little extra.
Yeah, extra. See, you got a nose? That's baloney, dude. If baloney had a first name, it would be Enkele Schleckele. Fucking, I'm gonna butcher that all fucking night. But yeah, what do you smell? I smell like baloney and baloney, man. Like smoked meat. It's basically a fatty smoked meat. It's not like beef jerky smoked. It's like fatty smoked meats.
Yeah, smells like a deli.
A greasy
smoked.
A greasy
like
deli.
Like
everything has a glossiness on it because it's like rubbed with ham.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay. We chose to do this to ourselves, so first one. Yeah, see, it doesn't come off as crazy like smoked meat. It's still smoked and it's still meaty, but it's not nearly like that. It's the fatty thing that gets me out of it. It's like it smells like what fat tastes like, So I kind of think I'm gonna get like this kind of fat content from it. It's just not there.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I like it. And since I had a fresh one last night, it's like,
how does it compare to that one?
Like, from what I remember, because I had a few beers before that one.
Yeah.
The nose is basically the same. I feel like all of these, the nose is going to be exactly the same because like the smoked stuff is just that. Yeah, I can move this.
No, that's fine. You're good.
But the it's much more subtle in the taste than the one yesterday, because the one yesterday was like
more smoky.
Yeah, and I was like, I like smoked stuff, so like I thought it was.
Take another sip. There's something specific I'm getting in this that I haven't mentioned yet. I'm curious to see if you pick up on it, and I'm curious to see if it's a trend that follows with the rest of them.
Yeah, there's something. Was it like a fruity thing? It's like a. What is that? As soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's very specific for me. It might be a hard one for you.
Is it a fruity thing?
No.
Is it like a?
No, it's something that's gonna be. I'm gonna be curious to see what you say because it's not something you would ever ingest. There's like a slight sour milk component to it, like a curdled half and half.
I get what you're saying.
I don't know. I don't. When was the last
like
time you drank any milk-based product?
Not for a while.
Like,
but like,
yeah. But I could see the fruity portion where you're coming from too.
Like this is aside from it being smoked, it is a doppelbock.
Yeah.
So there are other things in there.
Yeah.
But the smokiness, even though this is more subtle than the one I had yesterday, it's very smoky. Very.
See this so people know what the fuck we're doing. Like they don't know anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. I think it's delicious. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it smells like fat pork and it tastes like sour milk. It's kind of delicious, because that's, I guess, what we fucking do here is talk about disgusting flavors and how great they are as beer.
But having this one, I'm super excited to get to the 2010.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun little journey to kind of go from this, work from this 2015 bottle and kind of work its way down.
Yeah.
And this is the interesting part. I wonder why these have dates on them. Are these from Ankler, Schleckler? They have to be.
I think these were newly released.
That's what I'm saying. They aged them themselves, kind of like, Schneider Aventinus does their kind of like paper wrapped bottles. Like they do the Aventinus bottles, and the aged ones they actually put in a paper wrapper. Oh. And then they put dates on it so you understand how old it is. It almost seems like this might have been bottles that they had that they just removed the label and put a new label on or something, because the fresh ones don't have the dates on them.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, they're kind of blank. So it's kind of interesting to see why they do that. I mean, it is what it is. So, okay. First pour into the Grand Cuvée.
Doppelbock.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm really interested to see where the color kind of goes for this, because let me see if I can bring up your Instagram and show you guys what the color of the one you were drinking last night, which was fresh. I don't remember it. See this? It's gonna be hard to see if you want to go to Keith's Instagram. That's his Instagram there. It's hashtag Kiff Life.
Yeah.
But it's hard to see, but you can almost still make it out that this is clear. You can see through that. You know what I mean? This has a much kind of hazier kind of vibe to it. Beers are always going to get a little bit darker over time from age, from oxidation. All those kinds of things are going to kind of come into play here. And that's the thing with this. I there's probably oxidation in this beer. That's probably a little bit of that sour milk component I'm talking about. But I think that smoked portion of the show, even though it's not as big as the new one, that kind of masks a bit of that oxidation. So I'm curious to see where it goes and see if it gets any bigger. Let's go to the comments real quick before we dive into the next one.
Yeah, I don't know if they had these and then they bottled them this year and then released them, or if they've been in bottles this whole time.
They had to be in bottles. I don't think they're barrel aged. There's no way they sat in barrels.
No, but are they bottle conditioned? It doesn't say.
No, they're definitely. You want to know how?
They're lager.
No, you want to know how I can tell you? you can see the fucking Merc ring. See how there's a
Oh.
distinct ring on that? I'm not.
Yeah.
Here,
So these have been in bottles.
yeah, you could actually see. I'll turn the old flashlight on. See if you guys can actually see this.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah,
See where that kind of
you can see it.
it kind of goes from hazy to not hazy. A lot of these aged beers, they kind of stain the glass and stuff like that. So that's, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I wonder if they just had them and they decided to put new labels on them, or, or if
honestly,
they did this specifically to.
that is my guess. That is my guess.
Yeah, because the labels don't look old.
No, the labels look brand new. I'm guessing they had them because Schneider Aventinus, like I said, does the same thing, but they do it and they take their Schneider Aventinus bottle, they wrap it in paper, and the paper actually has the date on it and a bunch of news clippings of things that happened this year. It's a real pretty kind of wrapper. It's just white paper, and it's kind of like a flat piece of paper that they tie a knot around the top. And it's really cool, interesting wrapping, and I really enjoy it. And it's, it's kind of diagonal across the whole thing as a date. And then there's all these weird facts that happened during that year. And my assumption, you never know, and they would never tell you this, but my assumption is they have all this beer they never sold, but it's an ageable beer. So they're like, hey, let's rewrap it. Let's do what we can with it. And then we'll send it off into the world as kind of an aged offering. I'm assuming these guys did the same. So I'm assuming they just removed the labels because it's not hard to remove a label. You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard to remove price stickers, obviously, because I see a little residue on that one. But yeah, so
It's the Shangies.
the Shangies.
Big yellow price tags. Or they just had them, no labels, and just put the labels on them.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know and that's the other thing. 2010 to 2015. I don't think, kudos to them if they did, but I don't think they had the wherewithal and the foresight to be like, oh, the aged smoked doppelbocks are going to be a popular thing in 10 years. You know what I mean? So I doubt the labels were, I doubt they were not labeled. I assume they just removed them because you just put them in a water bath and then just kind of whatever. So it is what it is. Like I said, let's do a little bit of comments real quick, and then we'll move on to the next one. We have here, DH asking, what's your favorite brewery? What's your favorite brewery? I know yours. It might be the same. I mean, it's easy to say Hill Farmstead, so I kind of don't want to say that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You know, honestly,
like in general.
And it's a weird question to ask. So in the grand scheme of things, it's a multi-layered kind of question and multi-layered kind of answer. What's my favorite brewery of all time is not my favorite beer of all time. My favorite beer is Thomas Hardy. They make one beer and that's it. So if someone said, oh, what beer, you could have only one brewery, you can only drink one brewery for the rest of your life, I wouldn't pick that because it would just be the one fucking beer. My favorite brewery. God damn. That's a hard one.
I don't know. I want to say Bomb Place. Just because usually they have multi stuff, which I like, but they also have lower ABV stuff as well as higher ABV stuff. So like, because a lot of times, like you go to a brewery and they have like 9 hazy IPAs and they're all not 8%, and it's just, and then they have like 1 lager and like 2 stouts or whatever. But like
but that's the thing though. They don't have enough styles, I don't think. And their beers are fantastic and I love them. It's my favorite tap room to go to. But I don't know if if they don't have enough variety. It's for me. I might say Kane. Kane Brewing. Only because they give me the widest variety of beers, hands down. You know what I mean? I can go to Kane and get a lager. I can go there and get a barrel-aged adjunct stout. I can go there and get a Belgian beer. Really well-made Belgian is one of the better Belgian breweries in the United States, or Belgian-influenced Belgian beer-making breweries in the United States. And that's probably the biggest reason why I wouldn't pick Hill Farmstead in a sense. If I had to pick one brewery that I really enjoyed, they don't make Belgians really. I mean, they made that one Belgian double that you get me, but it was more of a
like a mixed fermentation.
It was
double.
Well, no, it was what the fuck is it called? God, why am I spacing on this? It was like it's a Belgian sour dark beer.
Yeah.
It was one of those beers, kind of like I don't know why I'm spacing on what it was. I know exactly what it is, but it was more of a sour. So I have never had a traditional Belgian beer from Hill Farmstead, and Belgian beers are one of my favorite styles. Period. So to not be able to have that, you know what I mean? It almost kicks them out of the running. It'd probably be a mixture or a combination of either cane, and this is very local because it's breweries I go to, cane or maybe Russian Duck, only because Russian Duck is kind of like a very similar brewery when it comes to cane, because they have a very fantastic and bonkers good barrel age program. They do lager, Kolsch, Pilsner. They do everything. It's hazies, everything about it. So those are two of my favorite breweries. Like if I ever want to go on a trip and go to a brewery, those two breweries I'll never not have a good time at. So, but the answer is Hill Farmstead. So yeah,
Yeah.
No, I mean, the thing about Hill Farmstead, and this is kind of like a little bit of is going there. And going to Hill Farmstead is probably one of the best beer experiences you're going to have for a couple different reasons. One, the beer is really, really good. That's kind of a given when it comes to this stuff. You want to have a really good experience at a brewery. The other big one is it's in the middle of nowhere. So it kind of sucks to drive there, but there's no cell service. There's like, you can't do anything but
they have Wi-Fi now.
Oh, fuck.
They have
Really?
Yeah.
I don't want to go back now. Take them off the list. No, because that was one of my favorite parts of the brewery is that you could go there. You had no cell. Like you'd be lucky if you got a signal.
Yeah.
There.
There's like 2 or 3 spots where you can stand.
Yeah, you would have to stand in a specific place and hold your phone in a specific way. So you almost had to sit and drink and talk to humans and enjoy yourself and not be on your phone. And it's beautiful. You know what I mean? The beers are great. It's, it had all these things that worked in its favor. So that is one of the best things about it. But the fact that they don't do the Belgian, it's kind of, kind of keeps them off the list for me. So you would say what, Bond or what? Or Hill? Hill?
Yeah.
I
Combination.
mean, let's do it. Hill outside of the area. And then for me, it would be Cane inside. You'd be Bond inside the area. Probably. Hill outside. There you go. How's that? That works for me. Anyway, think that's a flexitarian. Oh, for you, whatever. I'm not making fun of you. I understand. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Paul Celia asks, "Have you done any Tonewood lately? They've been pushing out some great stuff. I haven't. I reviewed their Fuego.
They're New Jersey.
But they're down by Atlantic City-ish area, kind of getting down towards that way. I did that Fuego right when they first did a King run, and the beer was okay. It didn't blow me away. I don't know if I ever posted it, but I haven't had anything. I don't see it. It's on the shelves around here, so it's not something I can get all that easily. So I haven't. Douglas chimes in. Cheers, guys. What's going on, Doug? Ricard says, "What's your opinion on adjuncts?" I love them. I just think they have a time and a place.
Yeah.
Listen, anything outside of the core 4 ingredients is technically an adjunct, as far as if you're kind of adhering to Reinheitsgebot and all that stuff. But I like a beer to always be beer. So when you have, and we're going to be drinking some leftovers from Monday Night Brewing. They did a couple barrel-aged beers, and the barrel aging, there's a lot of adjuncts going on. They're very expressive, but it still tastes like beer. So as much as you want to go adjunct crazy, I still want it to be like, okay, I'm drinking a beer with this, not I'm drinking all this shit that happens to be in beer form.
Like those slushies.
Yeah, like the 450 North slushies, those kind of things. So I like adjuncts. I like what people do with them. I think in the grand scheme of things, let's put it this way, though. While I do enjoy adjuncts, all the flavors that are kind of like flavors that people go bonkers over, chocolate, coffee, vanilla, coconut, all those things. If you can get those flavors impactful from core 4 beers or a core 4 beer plus a barrel, I'm almost exclusively going to like that beer better than the adjunct laden ones. So, for example, what was the beer from that I had from Suarez that was just like a English brown ale that
it was the mild.
They're mild, which was the craziest coffee beer I ever had in my life. no fucking coffee in it
was
whatsoever.
like roasty.
It was the most coffee beer ever, and it was a Core 4 beer. So I like when people can bring out flavors rather than shoving that flavor in there.
Do they do adjuncts at Suarez?
Yeah, because they put stuff in barrels. They put fruit in beer. That's all adjunct.
Do they do fruit?
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them fruiting stuff like
Well, they do.
fruits.
Actually, oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And actually, I think they put most of their beers in oak for at least a little bit.
Yeah. Or for example, like some of my favorite beers, whether it be like some of the Firestone, like Firestone Walker Sukaba, Trogs, the original Flying Mouflon. Those beers were coconut bombs. There's no coconut in them, or coconut. Kind of craziness, but it's because of the barrel. So I like when you can impart those flavors without actually putting the adjunct in there. Not that I have anything wrong against it, but that's what I like. Tiger fan, what up, bro? And Cellar Cool Beer and the Beerware reviews. Wife can't call to check on you. Bonus. I don't know what that means. Did I say something?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, I love my wife, and she's awesome. So.
Oh, going to Hill Farmstead.
Oh, going to Hill Farmstead. Can't call you. There you
go.
Yeah. But honestly, my wife would be with me, so she's right next to me. But she doesn't like beer, but enjoys my trips. And Tiger fans like, need to take a trip to Houston and go to Spindle Tap and Ingenious. I would love that. I like all the stuff that I've had from Spindle Tap. Ingenious, I've had one or two things from them that are quite nice. So, I'm not gonna lie, Texas is definitely not in my short list of places I want to visit. Nothing wrong with Texas, but if I had the time and the money to travel to Texas, I'd probably almost certainly go somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's nothing against Texas, but I can go, overseas and all that kind of stuff. So it's, I love you, Texas. Just, it is what it is. And last but not least, before we get to the next one, crack that open. Let's do your fucking job, motherfucker. I didn't ask him to do anything, so that doesn't make any sense.
We're going backwards, right?
Yes, backwards.
Or forwards.
Backwards.
Oh, backwards.
Yeah. Ricard dives in. That's something I dislike about beer nowadays. People add vanilla coffee and stuff into bourbon barrel aged beers. Barrel should be able to give those flavors
Do you
itself.
want to rinse this out a little bit?
No, fuck that noise. Yeah, no, I mean, people do so much kind of crazy stuff in adjunct, and honestly, I don't mind it. You do you. Have fun with beer. Do all the things you want to do with beer. Go crazy with it. Put whatever the fuck you want in beer. I don't care. Put Tonka trucks or hate in your beer. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, like
But
that about
that's perfect. Get in the old cuvee pot here.
So I gave you a little bit more.
Oh, that's darker. We're erroring a little bit darker. But that's the thing. Like I just I like getting flavors that weren't shoved in there. Like if you could make, people put like Twinkies or fried chicken in a beer and you're like, I can taste salty fried chicken. If someone made a beer on a Core 4 ingredients and made it taste like salty fried chicken, I'd be like, that's fucking cool. Core 4, bologna. That's my gig. So that's kind of where we lie, I think. Yeah. I mean, as far as look goes, definitely getting a bit darker here. I mean, that's decent amount darker. Same kind of haziness, just looks a little bit darker because of or a little bit of hazy because of the darkness. See, now the beer is starting to creep up a little bit more. I'm getting a little bit more kind of bready, like smoked. It's almost like a smoked bread, like almost like a hot dog shoved in like a bread, like a wiener dog, like a pigs in a blanket kind of thing. Yeah, because you're getting that kind of bready doppelbock thing going on. And it's getting bigger while the smoke. I don't think the smoke really got all that smaller. I think the actual beer is just getting a little bit bigger. So then, cheers.
Yeah, this one's like...
That's way more oxidized. There's a lot of wet paper that comes off. It's oxidized, and the wet paper comes off like almost like rye. Like it seems more spicier, like spicy. But you're definitely getting that rich kind of smokiness. But the beer is just getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
A little bit bolder, but at the same time, it's weird because it's super easy drinking smoked doppelbock. Like it's creamy and fluffy and like it's not hard by any stretch of the imagination to actually put down. Yeah,
man, I hope one of these is like a mix between this one and the 15, because like
Well, we
I
have
feel like.
we have that right here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Oh, I forgot about that.
You're gonna have a mix of everything in there. Yeah. Yeah. What is you had your first smoked beer not too long ago, right?
My first smoked beer?
Like Roche beer.
No,
You had them before. For some reason, I thought you were kind of new to Roche beers. That's my bad.
I mean, I always liked them, but I didn't drink them all the time.
No, you had your first the first Enkeler Schleckler beer, right?
I think I had the
Besides the lager.
I had the Marzen. I had the Marzen years ago.
Oh, okay.
But then I didn't have it for years, and then I had it again, and I was
it's like
because I do like smoked beers. I try to like I don't drink a ton of this stuff, but like if I go to a brewery, like I think Manskirt has a Roche beer. Like if a brewery that I go to has a Roche beer, I'm getting it. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. I used to have this kind of like, not that I hated Roche beer, but yeah, I kind of hated them. There was something about them just didn't do it for me for quite some time. And that was, when I had them, when I first got into beer around like the late 90s. And they kind of grew on me slowly, but I didn't drink them for many years. And I would always make the joke, I'm like, all beer is good except for Roche beer. You know what I mean? I would make that joke. But after starting to revisit them over the past year or so and really trying to like them, I've done them quite a bit. Even the Marzen can be a little bit too much for me, but this I think might be my favorite, especially from these guys.
yeah, because you reviewed one.
I reviewed this and the Marzen, I believe, in the same kind of day. I posted 2 reviews, I believe, and I did them
because you said this one was better because the beer rounds out the smoke.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was more. It was the beer's a little beefier and the smoke was the same, so it was just a little bit more balanced for me. So I kind of did that. I'm a fan. So yeah, and anybody out there just curious, how's the video? Is it fucked up? And 2, how do we sound? I'm using my podcasting setup with microphones, as you can see right here, as opposed to using other sound and stuff like that. So hopefully it's coming through fine. I should probably put on headphones and see if it sounds fine, but it is what it is. Anyway, okay. Like we're on the next one.
Oh, you want to do? Oh, you want?
I'm ripping, dude. I'm ripping. Getting through them. Tiger fans, like I think I've had smoked beers from those guests. I assume he means those guys. Real beef jerky vibe. Absolutely 1000%. All the beef jerky are blown to us. And I'm sorry about your sinks, brother. I just noticed the old fleur-de-lis in your hat there. So kind of got hosed last week, but didn't get hosed, but it always sucks when Kirk Cousins beat you. Anyway.
Yeah, I like this one. I think I might like this one a little more than the 2015. It's a little.
Oh yeah.
It's a little.
A little more, less smoke, a little bit more beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14 people in the viewing right now. Nothing too crazy. Expect the questions come a little bit more fervently, but I guess you guys are just not into it. We're just gonna have to sit here and talk randomly on a microphone as we drink smoked doppelbock. Such is life. This is going on there. This one actually looks later.
Don't forget me.
Yeah, I know. I know. This actually looks a decent amount. I mean, it's kind of gonna be kind of hard to kind of see. I should probably do this on every one of them so you guys can get an idea of the clarity of the beer. But this one looks a bit lighter than the other one. Maybe it just has less oxidation going on. Maybe that's that's definitely going to do your kind of color change. A little echo, but fine. I don't like this little bit of echo shit. Let me see what we got going on here. That kind of annoys me that we have a little echo. Oh, it's probably because we have the 2 mics going at the same time. That is my guess. Maybe. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on.
Are they too close to each other? Got to move.
No. Well, I'll check real quick. Let's see what's going on. I thought I was going to be super cool. Well, no, it shouldn't echo. Well, I guess I kind of have it in a weird mix mode. So, give it the whirl. Hashtag Bridgewater. What? Wait, are you saying you want Teddy Bridgewater to be your quarterback and not Drew Brees? Because that's just crazy pants talk, if you ask me. Okay. He's going to entertain you while I check the audio feed and see if everything's working correctly.
All right. Do you want me to wait to dive into this?
No, start talking about it.
So I'll do that. So yeah, I don't know if it's because I got mine's a little more. Seems like mine's a little darker, but mine was also at the bottom of the bottle. A little bit, right?
Yeah. You have tinier glass too. So yeah, I think it's because it's a tighter glass, maybe.
But no.
And there is an echo, but it's not bad. It's an echo actually from the room we're in, not actually from the microphones.
Oh.
So there's a lot of hard materials floating around in here. So this is the best you're gonna get, man. Complain about the goddamn echo freaking me out. So yeah, it's more of this. We're in a tiny room. It's kind of hard. I can't really take my camera off. I guess I could, but I'm not going to. We're in a pretty decently tiny room and a lot of hard walls. Now you can see this kind of soundproofing foam that I have over there. I'm going to start putting that everywhere. Kind of costs a decent amount. So I'm going to start pasting this whole room with soundproofing foam so it doesn't get as echoey. Oh, what happened to all my bottles? I just noticed all my bottles were fucked up behind me. Anyway, there you go. I spent 9 hours running the monitor so you guys can not see it from Keith's fucking gigantic head.
This one, you're already drinking it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was gonna say this one smells a little more like beef jerky, less of the bologna.
And this is kind of like
but I don't know if it's because we drank 2 of these already.
Well, that's the other thing. I haven't even switched water yet. It doesn't smell nearly as smoky. It smells and tastes and drinks across the board of less of a beer than the other ones. Like it's not as smoky. It's not as doppelbocky. Everything is a little bit kind of toned down.
I'm getting like almost no smoke on this.
That's what I mean. It's like everything's kind of like
this is like doppelbock.
Yeah. But it's not. But the doppelbock in this isn't as beefy as the one previous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's very interesting. But then again, it might. I don't know if the smokiness is just attaching to the inside of my mouth, so like it's just kind of.
What's the ABV in this, by the way?
8.
Oh, we fucked up. We fucked up.
What?
So I'm gonna drink 8% fucking liters of beer in like an hour. Yay! Good on us. Yeah, because I'm ripping through these.
Yeah.
Oh well, not necessarily. We're gonna be. We have this with this beautiful sediment that's having on the bottom here. You guys are not gonna be able to see that. Oh yeah, you can. I can tilt to the side there. All those bits and pieces. That's where they keep the heroin. So we're gonna be good later on. Ooh, there you go. Let's jump into some comments. Let's see. Caleb M. Video is good and audio quality is good as well. Thank you very much, Caleb. Doug says much the same thing. Again, little echo, but fine. Have you heard about Storm? What? Storm? How did you say that?
Stormax
Exporter? Storm Exporter.
Yeah,
that's how you'd have to say it as one word. Storm Exporter. From Sweden. No, obviously, because we can't pronounce it. So I've never heard of that. I'm very kind of ignorant when it comes to Swedish beer. I couldn't. Can you name a Swedish beer you've had? I think one of the beers I reviewed in the summertime was a champagne-based kind of Belgian table something or other, and I think that might have came from Sweden.
There was
but other than that, I couldn't tell you anything.
At the place where I got these, there was one. It was either Sweden or Switzerland that the beers were from. I was gonna get
one's a Blue Cross, one's a Red Cross.
But
they're all the same.
Yeah, maybe that one.
Yeah.
But I haven't had it, so I don't know.
Kind of ignorant to it, unfortunately. And it's not so much that I'm like against Swedish beer. We don't really get them here.
Yeah. And
what was that beer I reviewed? God damn. I wonder if that was Swedish. Now I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, because in a lot of bottle shops around here and stuff, in the USA,
Had a really kooky fucking name too, so it's probably Swedish. Fucking weird names.
They kind of push a lot of the less shelf stable stuff, like IPAs and stuff. So if you're looking for a Swedish beer or any kind of beer that isn't an IPA, you kind of have to go in there looking kind of.
Yellow Cross, not a blue one. It's blue and yellow, so I fucked up already. I'm the Polo Swedish.
Oh.
Lervig is Swedish. Okay, fine. There you go. I've had a bunch of those, but I don't really think of them. I think of them about new school breweries, you know.
Yeah.
Well, so that's just through one distro. Scandinavian beers.
But Omni Polo doesn't have a brewery, right?
Yeah, but I think almost all his stuff comes out of Sweden. Like he doesn't have a brewery, but he brews predominantly out of there. I assume. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, I can't remember this goddamn beer, and I don't remember. I can't even remember the name of it, so I can't like search my beer reviews. Champagne. It had champagne yeast in it. If you. Talk, Keith.
Oh. Yeah, so this one for me, you can smell the smokiness, but it's as Matt said, it's way less, and the taste is way like, for me, it's almost no smoke at all.
And I agree. So yeah, I can't find it. I'm not gonna worry about it. But yeah,
it's good though. I like it.
Yeah, it's more like way less smoke than I thought would be there, because it was almost from the first two, it was a gradual step.
Yeah,
this is like the floor dropped out, so I'm kind of curious to see where the next one kind of shows up. Anyway, we have definitely should have tried something different. Breeze wasn't cutting it. I mean, come on, man. The dude has won you a Super Bowl and has been cash money for you guys, so you got to let him stick with it for a little bit. And I think it was more Minnesota's defense played amazingly in combination with Sean Payton being an idiot and not giving Kamara the ball. Kamara needs to touch the ball like 25 to 30 times a game. He only touched the ball like, what, fucking 15 times? Give that dude 15 rushes, 8 fucking catches. That's what you need to do. It's not fucking Bree's fault. Doug's like, I only drank the Mars and Urbach from Slunkala. Yeah, I mean, all the beers are in similar veins, but I mean, they're good. Hey, Rennie's in the house. What's up, dude? Beer Geek Holland dropping in. Good to hear from you, brother. We'll have to hook up for one of these soon enough. I'm gonna pull up brews at Douche Brewery in Sweden and also at Buxton in Belgium. Yes. Douche. So I've had Douche beer before. I've had Omnipola beers, Buxton Brewery. That's where Lervig did a bunch of our stuff too. I'm pretty sure, because I know that brewer at Lervig actually used to be from Pennsylvania. He was from the States here, and they moved over there and did a bunch of their brewing at Buxton, I believe. I think. Could be wrong. It says Beer Geek Holland, soon some Dutch Belgium stuff coming your way. This is a verbal contract. You're now required to send me stuff within the next 90 days. So there you go. Let's see. Super Sherpa. What's going on, homie? Not too much echo. Cheers, fellers. Just got back from my local brewery. $12 Storm Growlers all day, son. Pick me up a few. Sounds pretty good. We have Lance Harbor and hey, dudes with 3 O's, because we're awesomely dudes. And Doug's, what's up? Hi, Rennie. He's saying hi to the old Remister. So, yeah. Okay. Let's boof these and get to the next one real quick.
Do you want to split it up a little bit?
What do you mean?
Like maybe
Drink something else?
Yeah.
You think we should?
I don't know.
I'm already feeling a little tipsy. So I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Or how about this? How about we just pour this into the super cuvee and we'll just worry about it. We don't feel forced to drink the whole fucking thing. Smart move. XX. Fuck.
Ugh. I feel like I ate like 10 pounds of beef jerky.
I ate my birthday steak. I bought a birthday steak yesterday at this awesome little butcher that is down in the Lehigh Valley called Rath's. And this one gushed. So we'll see where this one lands. This might be infected, so this might be... Ooh. Or no, it could just be over-carbonated too. I shouldn't say that. I mean, this brewery's been around 1 billion years, so the chances of a beer being infected is probably slim to none. The only thing I get worried about with beers, with this round of beer specifically, is if they were stripping labels from these. They might be dunking these in some kind of water bath to get the labels off.
Put that up on the...
And if they're putting it in some kind of water bath, if the cap has a little bit of spillage or leakage in it, it can pull something in that's very highly unlikely, especially for something carbonated as much as that. But
this one is
more than the last one, less than the one before.
Yeah.
So it's not super smoky, but there's almost like it almost comes off like rye smoke. A lot of these are giving you like rye vibes. It's like a rye smokiness, as opposed to like that fattiness is gone completely. Freshly purchased bologna, not like it hasn't been in your fridge for a week. It got a little stanky.
Yeah, this one's kind of for me. It's like a nice balance of smoke and beer. This one,
it drinks just like that for me. It's a little bit a decent amount smokier than one previous, and the doppelbock isn't as big, so I would it's more spicy than anything else. Then smoky, then doppelbocky. Because doppelbocky is a word, by the way. I don't know if I like this one or hate it.
yeah, it's like too perfect.
It's like, too perfect. No, it just kind of, it's like one note for me. It's just spicy. It's more like just like spicy. I don't know.
Yeah.
2012.
Yeah.
2 more left. Hurry up, let's go.
Oh, jeez. I need a nap.
I forgot, where did I put? Did I bring a pitcher of water in here somewhere? Is it over there? Where did I put it?
Did you bring it in here? I'm gonna go see if I can find it.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna need some soon, but not right now. I have water right here. Sweet, delicious Jersey water. Okay. So you want to take a break?
Yeah.
Mix it up a little bit because that's pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This one's
What's the best way to mix it up?
Oh, jeez. Don't.
Mystery beer.
Oh, okay.
Because this could be what do you thought? What did you think I was gonna open?
I thought you were gonna open that
The
crowler.
crowler. We're gonna do a mystery
oh.
beer. Who's this from?
Geez.
I think this is a Tyler beer. I'm pretty sure this is a Tyler beer. This might be a Max beer or Tyler beer. Maybe either one. I don't know. We're gonna do a impromptu mystery beer because nothing says a on-point cleansed palate like smoked doppelbock for an hour. Yeah.
Ugh.
So let's see what we have going on here. Watch this be like a super. It's gonna be a stout.
Is that?
Oh, we want to take a break and drink easy, so we're gonna get like a big, huge. And this kind of gushed out of the can, so it
Oh, jeez.
it might be like shorted you a little bit.
No, that's okay. I don't need any.
There you go. I'll leave you a little bit short. So to give you guys an idea what we're doing right now, let's put this over here. We're gonna be doing a mystery beer, and what do we have there? Porter, stout. Yeah.
It might
You
be,
smelled already?
Yeah.
Yeah, porter stout, something I don't know. That's my guess from a distance. It's gonna nose because he skipped ahead like a jerk. Oh, is that what are we dealing with? Like a smoke lager or like here's the thing. I think it smells like a low ABV porter or a smoke lager or like a Schwarz beer. Only reason I'm saying that is because we've been banged with so much smoke. I don't think we're getting the smokiness of this beer.
It smells weird to me. It smells like kind of like pine, but like a weird pine, like a kind of like the sour milk, but pine.
So it might be a black IPA, like a Cascadian Dark Ale, something like that. I smell coffee. Sweetness. I smell roasted malts, but I think there's a smoked lager component to this that I just don't think we can get because we've been drinking fucking smoked doppelbock for a fucking hour. Like, I'm not getting smoke. I'm assuming it's there.
Oh.
Because we can't smell it.
The pininess might be a charriness. It's
gotta be a porter.
It's like herbal
or a black lager.
It's like spicy kind of.
I'm saying porter or black lager right now. We'll see what happens when we dive in.
I have no idea.
Cheers. That's a black lager. That's a Schwarz beer black lager.
It might be a black IPA, maybe.
I don't think it's bitter enough.
There's like a spiciness in there. Or is it like a rye something?
I just think it's I think it's a spicy bittering malt.
It's like,
I don't think it's hops.
It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the spruce tips, maybe? Like, there's like some sort of,
I didn't see that.
There's some sort of weird, spicy, piney thing. But I don't know what it is, obviously.
I think it's good. Like, let's put it this way. When you crack this, we're like, oh, fuck, we have to drink a fucking stout. Now, this is actually refreshing.
Yeah.
Like, it's exactly what we needed to drink.
It's not a stout.
No. It's, I'm guessing a 5.5% black lager. An Americanized black lager. So it's got a little bit of hops going on, but it's not super traditional. Not that black lager is so super, but it's not a Schwarz beer. It's just an Americanized version of black lager. 5.5. It actually reminds me, you know what this reminds me of a little bit? Of fucking Zigmeister's black lager, the minor.
This reminds me of a when I was out in Colorado, I went to this brewery that doesn't exist anymore called Great Storm. And they had I believe it was a lager, but it was like a black something. And this reminds me of that.
So you're saying black IPA?
Yeah. But this is smaller than that because I think that one was like 7-8%.
So black pale ale.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. 5.5% black lager for me. He's going kind of like a hoppy pale ale, a hoppy dark malted pale ale. It's 12-ounce cans, so it might be like big boy brewery stuff.
Oh.
So it is Von Trapp Brewing, and this is their black lager, and it is 6% alcohol by volume. Troster. They say here German for comfort is our Troster, and is a dark smoked lager full of. Say that word. Gemusterlich.
Yeah,
Geschmusterlich. You guys want to try and pronounce that? I probably won't be able to focus on it, but anyway, there you go. Oh, actually, I was going to focus on there. I didn't think I can get that kind of close this yet. But yeah, it's exactly what I thought it was. I really fucking did really well. I thought I was going to, because I was like, it's probably got some kind of smoke thing going on, but we can't get it because we're drinking fucking smoked doppelbock the whole fucking time. Yeah.
Maybe that what the.
That was 0.5% off on ABV. I was right on the beer, and actually, I said, I crushed that. What am I saying? I need to not be as nice and just be like, I fucking killed that. I'm actually blown away that I actually got that right, only because
I did say lager though. By the way.
So did I?
Yeah, I was right too.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
They also called it a beer, so you're twice right. But yeah, no, this is good. I mean, I like Von Trapp. We had a good time when we were up there. Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
Yeah, I vaguely remember too. Yeah, yeah. This is the brewery that every time I go up to that area, the Stowe area, I always go here, and I think every time like I go there, I have the best time here than I do everywhere else. Because you're in a big old German hall, you know what I mean? And it's just like they got schnitzel and fucking red cabbage, and they even had stuff for you to eat, right? Or did you meet that weekend?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I might have.
They had stuff for it. No, because they had like a bean burger, black bean burger or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Is what he had. So they had like
I don't remember.
they have really good food. The scenery is beautiful. I mean, I had a really blast up there. I mean, everything's great up that way. But anyway, so there you go. Mystery beer. I thought I was gonna totally boof that one pretty horrifically because of I can't believe we got a small smoked lager. I randomly picked the mystery beer of a small smoked lager when we're drinking fucking doppelbock, super smoked doppelbock. That's why the whole time I'm like, I know this is smoked. We just can't taste it. I can tell it's fucking there. So yeah.
Is that what that must be what that spiciness is that I'm smelling, but it's not coming off as smoke. It's coming off as
like a chicory, like almost like a charred, like smoked, like what you get from like burning wood, but it's you usually don't get that because you get smoke.
Yeah.
But since the smoke's been gone completely because of what we've been drinking. Yeah. I could drink 50 of those. Yeah. I'm so happy I didn't get more of these doppelbocks. Imagine I got up to date on these. Oh my god. No. I love beer, dude. I love it. I love beer. Do we have anything super light to drink? Do we have any kind of 1% beer? Let's see if we have those.
4.5, I think. 4.8. I got some NAs.
Yes. That's the perfect fucking beer for right now. Let's drink some non-alcoholic beer.
Do you want
to go?
Actually,
you pick which one.
I brought one of these. I kind of like it's gluten-free and non-alcoholic.
We're gonna drink a little bit of non-alcoholic gluten-free beer, Glutenberg millet and buckwheat beer. See, here's the thing. Can they call it non-alcoholic?
Yeah,
and it's 0.1. It's not 0.05.
Anything below 0.5% of alcohol is non-alcoholic.
But this is I got you.
So if it's above 0.5, it's alcoholic. If it's 0.5 or below, it can be labeled non-alcoholic.
We have no clean glasses. I
don't care. I drank too much last night to be doing this today.
You drank the exact amount last night to be doing this today. That's what I think. Okay.
All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm like bloated. So
we're going to be drinking Glutenberg, non-alcoholic, gluten-free. Doesn't say what kind of beer it is.
It's
it's brewed and canned by Microbrasserie Glutenberg, Montreal, Quebec, imported by Massachusetts Brewery Alliance. They don't tell you what kind of beer it is. It says a millet and buckwheat beer. Adjunct lager? Is that what it's supposed to be? Or
I don't know. It's good. You know that thing that I was talking about, how beers don't like, the brewery smell, and how beers don't have that taste, but like there's a couple that do. This
steamy malt.
This smells like that, and I love it.
I mean, what does that look like, you guys? It looks like a subtly hazy pale. That's kind of what it looks like. It might be just how cold it is, too. Rub the glass. That's how you do it. Rub it. Flick it a little bit. Heat it up. Yeah, a little bit of subtle hazy paliness.
I love that. I love it.
No. It's exactly what he said it is, but not in a good way. It tastes like wet grains. Doesn't taste like beer.
I think it's all these other beers because this did not taste like this when I had it the other day. But that's the way it smells.
It tastes like it tastes like wort that was cooled down and not fermented.
It didn't taste like this the other day. I think our palate's direct. I think my palate is.
You know how you know when you have a really good anything? Eat a bunch of things that are mediocre before it or halfway decent or okay. And then when you have that other thing and then you're like, oh my God, this is still awesome. I think you're fucked up and you had it in a point where you didn't want to have beer and you drank this and you're like, oh my God, this is so good because you wanted real beer. And this is close enough for you to think you're drinking real beer.
Also, the way it smells is like it's that thing that.
Oh, yeah, it smells like you know what this reminds me of? That smell when you say you walk in a brewery and it smells like a brewery. You know what brewery smells like that 24/7 to me?
What? Which one?
Have you ever been to fucking Pizza Boy? Pizza Boy Brewing in Mechanicsburg, down by Harrisburg. All they do is they serve their own beer, they serve other people's beer, and they serve pretty much pizza. So it just smells like hot, steamy dough and malt all the time, regardless of every time I've gone there on like a Sunday at 2 p.m. They're brewing. Like it's not like they're not working. Yeah. Like that brewery's just churning.
Do they do contract brewing out of there too?
I don't think so.
No,
I just think they just produce a crazy amount of beer because they constantly they have like if you go to their website, if you type in Pizza Boy Harrisburg, you look at their tap list. It's like half their beer and half other people's beer on their tap list at their tap room, and like there's usually like 20 of their beers on, and they don't have a huge brewing system. And the other half of beers are usually fucking crazy cool. Like they'll have like East End Brewing out of fucking Pittsburgh. They'll have their fucking Gratitude barley wine on draft and shit, like bonkers weird stuff. So yeah, it's not. I'm not saying this is bad, but it's also not really beer. I find it really interesting. It's what it tastes like more to me? Like tea, like green tea. I find it way interesting that it's like 0.1% because it's almost like I'm ingrained to think that 0.05 is like that's what every non-alcoholic beer is, right? 0.05?
No. They all say
or is it 0.5?
Lesser than
contains
no,
almost all non-alcoholic beer says 0.05, right? Or is it 0.5?
Yeah. They all say this contains less than 0.5%.
Oh, okay. So these guys are just calling out exactly the ABV on it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a little bit different. Maybe that's a Canadian thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, being that it's brewed in Canada. I don't know. 12 grams of carbs. 59 calories. There you go. So, yeah. It's an okay beer. It's okay.
It smells good.
It doesn't have alcohol. That's what I'm really excited about right now.
Yeah.
Let's dive into a little bit of comments while we kind of reset and kind
of for like the next 40 minutes, please.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I'm so I'm bloated.
Tiger fans diving in a parish out of Louisiana makes badass Abbey beer. You guys need to check it out. I actually reviewed a couple of parish EBV beer or Abbey beers. I forget who sent them to me. I want to say maybe an Alex, not the Alex from up north, but somebody down there. Somebody down in Louisiana way actually sent me two of their. One was a barley wine, but the other one I believe was a Belgian quad or double. It was fucking really good. So I really dig some parish. On a scale of 5, how would you rate this beer? The English Schleckler is what I assume you're talking about because this comment was from I don't know, 20 minutes ago. On a scale of 1 to 5, I haven't rated a beer in fucking so long. I don't know how to do this. Let's do to style. I'll do to style and personal enjoyment because that's what I'm used to when I go on Maxwell Star beer reviews. He does his Wednesday nights. If you want to check out Maxwell Star beer reviews, he does his beer analysis 101. Every now and then I'll join in on that, and that's what he rates on personal enjoyment. And to style is a smoked doppelbock. It's probably 5 out of 5. I would assume it would be exactly what you would expect a smoked doppelbock to be. Personal enjoyment. When I started this video was probably like 4 to 5, but it's quickly going downhill because now it's becoming more of a chore. It's 4 to 5. It's tasty. It's delicious. If anything, if I'm going to pick a beer right now, which was my favorite, it's probably 2014. The second one we got into, I believe. Was it the second one or third one that I really enjoyed it? One of those two. You go back and see what's one.
We had 4 of them.
Okay, so
was
was it
the
third one then?
Third
one, because the last one was a little bit too meh, right?
Yeah.
So third one.
Well, it was like
2013. The Schlenker. Oh, he actually says which one? Schlenker. There you go. Are you into aging beers? If so, what's your favorite style to age? Listen. Okay. We're going to take a little time out here. We're going to talk seriously about beer. Okay? Very seriously. Okay. Aging beer is one of the best things you could possibly do in life. Because it gives you a couple different things. One, it gives you aged beer. Beautifully aged beer is a beautiful thing. It's absolutely fantastic. Aged beer is one of my favorite things in the world. There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to aging beer. The first things first. Always drink shit fresh. Never get one beer and then age the fuck out of it. Doesn't make any sense. If you don't know what it tastes like when it was fresh, don't fucking age it. Like, don't get one beer. If you want to age beer, buy like a fucking lot. Like, seriously, buy a case of beer and age the whole fucking case. Because you need to know where a beer starts in order to appreciate where it ends up. So, first and foremost, just try beer fresh. Don't say you get a beer and assume it's supposed to be aged. 2, not all beer is going to age well. It's not a matter of, oh, it's just going to age. There's a hierarchy of things that work when it comes to aging beer. Okay? First and foremost, oxygen is inherently bad. So if you could somehow wax or seal a beer, that's great. A little bit of oxidation is good. I think it's a good thing when it comes to a lot of beers. You need a little bit of oxygen in there in order to get bits and pieces working so the beer kind of ages. So oxidation in and of itself isn't a negative thing, but it's a positive thing if done correctly. So I'm a big fan of self-waxing bottles and kind of sealing bottles if you're going to do long-haul aging. 3, same vein. Not all beers age great. The more shit that's in your beer, the worse it fucking ages. That's fucking fact. So your favorite or the best kind of beer you could age is Core 4 bottle conditioned beer. So I'm talking, your Core 4 hops, yeast, water, grain, the whole 9. That's with a bottle conditioning. That's what you want to age. That should be your like starting point. If I'm going to age anything, it needs to be a Core 4 beer. No barrel, no adjunct, none of that shit. Barrel aged beers can age fine, but once you start to get to there, more moving parts. It's like cars. You know how like you watch old movies and like someone in the movies in the 60s breaks down and they use like their pantyhose and a fucking piece of duct tape to get the car running again? Because there's like 9 moving parts in the fucking vehicle and it was super fucking easy to fix. Now you have a car that breaks down, there's circuit boards and this and that and the other thing. It's so many more moving parts, so much more intricacy. It's so much more likely for something to go wrong and so much harder to figure out what went wrong when it does go wrong. So when you start adding layers to that beer, when you start adding fruit in barrel and cocoa nibs and vanilla and this and that and the other thing, there's too many moving parts. Not saying those beers can't age awesomely. They can, but your odds of having that beer aged well gets knocked down quite a bit. And that takes us to one of the more important themes when it comes to aging beer. If you age beer and you open it up and it's sour or fucked up, don't get pissed. That's literally part and parcel of aging beer. If you open a beer and you're like, this one's flat and fucked up, you're drinking aged beer. Sometimes they just fucking suck. Sometimes they didn't age well. You don't know. The person who had it previously could have kept it wrong. It could have been bottled chilly. Who knows? And you could have 2 of the same exact beer. One aged, both of them aged, like literally came off the line exactly the same. One aged perfectly, the other one doesn't. There's an old kind of old adage that there's no such thing as good vintages of wine, just good bottles of wine. And the same adage applies to beer. There's no such thing as good aged series of beers, just good bottles of beer. So you always want to keep that in mind when it comes to aging beer. it could, it's a great thing. I think it's one of my favorite things to do. Aged beer is the best. And one of the reasons why we're doing this right now is drinking these kind of beers. But just keep in mind that things shouldn't go sideways. But in the grand scheme of things, just aging's great. Buy a lot of stuff. Like, at least buy, like, the most beautiful thing in the world you could do is buy a case of beer and drink one, and then drink one every year for 24 fucking years. That's a great fucking trip, man. That's a great experience. And that's not that bad. Like, think about it. Like, if you were to get like an awesome ageable beer, like, I'm trying to think what would be my ideal ageable beer. If I was going to be like, okay, I'm going to spend money on a beer. I'd probably skew. I'd want to go barley wine, but you're not going to find a 24 pack of barley wine. Maybe Sierra Nevada Bigfoot might work in that, because that's going to change a lot over time. But I might skew Belgian, so I might go like just a fucking Saint Bernardus 12. Let's go buy a case of 12 ounce Saint Bernardus 12. Wax those fuckers up, throw them in your basement, crack one while you're waxing them, drink it, and write down a couple notes. Just write them down. Your little notepad or your phone. Year and a day later, crack the next one. So on and so forth for 24 fucking years. That's fucking awesome. That's an awesome experience to do. And I wholeheartedly endorse that message. It sounds like a political ad. There you go. What do you think? What do you think about Asian beer? Because I was super surprised. You cracked the Guten Carlos von Kaiser the other day. I gave to you. That was 2014, I think it was.
And you gave it to me like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It was good. I took it out of the fridge, and when I first opened it, it tasted real weird, but it was really cold. And once it warmed up, it was awesome. I think I was just drinking it too cold, because as soon as it warmed up, it's great.
Yeah, I love that beer. Oh, that's one of the best things about Belgian beers. Not to keep going on this tangent. Keith enjoys it because this is time off from Doppelbocks.
Yeah,
but
I'm struggling.
One of my favorite ageable beers. English barley wine's number one, but those are hard to come by. People have caught on to that trick. Is Belgian darks, Belgian quads, Belgian doubles. Age are fantastic, and no seem like shelf turds. I can find that shit all over the time. Like, I could probably, that 2014 Guten Carlos, if I put in an effort, I probably find some on the shelf.
Yeah,
within a reasonable distance here. So,
well, you can definitely find.
I can find Guten Carlos, but the 14. That's the difference. Find it fresh. I know 9 places. I can find it fresh.
You can. I think the oldest one I've seen on the shelf like now is 2016. I think it was. Yeah, I think I found a 2016.
Yeah, but do yourself a favor. Buy a case of beer. Let's sit. Go from there. Looks thin. I would guess a black IPA. You would be right. Well, not really, but black lager. Close enough. Tiger fan. I love DDH Ghost of the Machine from Parrish. I love me some Ghost of the Machine. Violent by Design, but I also love ND. ND is probably my favorite beer they made, maybe beyond the barrel aged stuff. Doug's like, you nailed it, Matt. I did, Doug. Thank you very much for letting everybody know that I nailed it, because I did. Remy's like, here in the Netherlands, we have one of the best non-alcoholic IPAs from Van de Streek Bia. It's damn good, 0.5 ABV. Good on you, Remy. Looks like a sour haze. I think you were talking about this one. It does. It looks like a Berliner. Matt, I've really been into Burlington Beer Company as they have slowly rolled into Western New York. How do you like their beers? I like Burlington quite a bit. They're a little bit hit or miss for me, because I've had some beers I like, just like meh, whatever. But I've had some really good stuff. And the cool thing about them is some of the beers that I've had have been kind of weird and kooky beers, and they've been awesome. My favorite beer that I ever had was, I think it was a barrel age. I want to say it was brandy, maybe apple brandy. I could be wrong, but I reviewed it. I believe it was called their Geodesic Dome, and it was a brandy barrel age, or a spirit barrel age, let's put it that way, Belgian quad. And it was fucking awesome.
Was that in a can?
No, it was a 750. Oh. Yeah, it was a 750. I picked it up when I was actually up there for my honeymoon, like a year and a half ago. But I like Burlington beers from the get that I had them. I've dug them. Have you had a bunch of their stuff, or
no?
Yeah, I mean, the cans are cool.
I've had some, but I can't say one way or the other whether I like
their
them or
cans are
not.
cool, the classic kind of pinstriping, all that stuff. But I've dug their beers quite a bit, and it's cool to see them their distribution getting wider and wider. We still don't get them in Jersey, but I believe I can get them. I can get them in New York when I go up to the Hudson Valley area and find them every now and then and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool, and they're pretty much all over. Like when we were up there in Vermont, they were pretty much everywhere. And every bottle shop we went into, they had several different variations of their beers up there. So it's cool to see them hitting a bit of distro. And it's a great tap room to go into, too. Beers are delicious. Burlington City in and of itself is a really cool place. So I like the brewery. And like I said, I dig the fact that they do beers beyond just the regular stuff. And Doug's like, totally agree with the aging part, man. See, Doug, I like Doug because he's like, you nailed it, man. I totally agree with you, man. I mean, Doug, you're my favorite, buddy. I mean, come on now. Very, very sensible fella. Give me that 2011.
Oh, jeez.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
There you go.
What am I going to do with this?
I don't know.
I don't want to drink any of it. our cuvee pot is too big. I don't want to put it in there. As I spill and break everything. There you go.
You got paper towels on here?
No, I'm good. Don't worry about it. We have in here, this is that black lager.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Back in the game, baby. This one's gushing too. It was weird. The first three didn't.
Yeah. The
Oh no, you're still going.
yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I shouldn't have drank those 3 Imperial Porters last night.
Yeah, you should,
After
you should always drink those.
after the 5 other beers I had.
I should have drank those 37 beers after the 19 I had.
yeah, basically.
Ooh, this one's super smoky, I think. Because I didn't even take it up to my nose yet. I think I'm getting smoke. Huh. No, it's smoky. It's not as crazy as the first one, but yeah. It's got a decent amount of smoke on it. I'm kind of surprised at that.
Okay, I'm gonna put that up there. It's 2011.
That's more smoke and taste for me than
Yeah, this one's back to bologna. This one's back to
yeah. Beer had a first name.
tastes like I'm gonna die.
That bad, huh?
No, it's good, but I am.
He's the one who said to do this. He proposed this. Don't shake your head. No. You're like, we should drink 6 smoked doppelbocks.
You
I agreed.
Yeah. You could have just said
saying I
no.
didn't
You could
agree.
have just said no,
No.
and then we wouldn't be here right now.
No, we would still be. We're like, come on, man. It'll be awesome. Smoked doppelbock.
Yeah, this one's more back to like that first one.
Let me ask you this question. This is a kind of a curious question on my part. Diving into these smoked beers and going in as hard as we gone. If you could pick one kind of beer right now, what would you want to drink? Like if you could choose any beer style, you're like, okay, now I want to drink this.
I don't know. I'm like
2% table beer.
yeah, something like that.
Well, you have that. What do you have from that Athletic Brewing? What do you have from those guys?
The one that you had, I guess it's a golden ale or whatever they call
You
it.
see, you had a stout.
Yeah, dark beer.
Which one do you want to drink? You want to drink one of those before we go to between this one and the other one, or
Oh,
just
no,
want
we
to get
can-
this over with?
Yeah, we can just get this over with.
Just fucking get it over with, man. Ugh.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I have like I have so much gas right now.
Right,
And it's
well,
not
that's the
coming
hard
out.
part. It's just like I'm like, oh my god, the pressure, the pressure. Oh.
So I'm like, you're asking me what kind of beer I want to drink right now. I'm like,
None.
I don't want to.
Let's see. Exactly. That's the bloated part's the worst part of it. I've been wanting to try some Brewery, but it's too pricey here in Canada, so I cut out any beer with sulfites and couldn't be happier. There you go.
It's expensive.
What are sulfites?
It's like the stuff in wine.
Okay.
Wine contains sulfites. I don't.
That was oak smoked doppelbock with the green label was less intense than the one with the red label, says Johnny Tactical. That is very true. We've spoken to that a couple times. And Doug's like 6 smoked doppelbocks. You guys are freaking crazy. We were way crazy before we even did this. So
Doug is right.
the 6
again.
doppelbocks has nothing to do with our craziness. It's just that's causation and correlation thing. It's like just because we did the 6 doppelbocks doesn't mean we're already crazy. We already were. It just so happens we were crazy already and decided to do the 6 fucking doppelbocks.
I'd probably be doing better right now if I didn't get wasted last night, though. So.
Tiger fan talking about Russian Duck. He had their King James not too long ago. Good stuff. I like King James. It's not my favorite beer. My favorite beers from them tend to be their kind of core line. Their War Elephant, their Baby Elephant is Divided by Zero is fantastic. And their barrel age program is one of the more sneakier barrel age programs in the whole country. I know that sounds kind of like, what do they call it? Hyperbole?
Hyperbole?
Yeah. No, hyperbole. Not hyperbole, but.
Is it the same thing?
No.
Isn't that how you say it?
No.
No.
I don't know. Maybe I'm clicking chat. Anyway, but their barrel aging program is fucking fantastic. They're a small brewery, but they fucking crush it. The brewer comes from Weyerbacher. Weyerbacher ages a lot of their beers. They don't do a really great job of it, but they do have a big extensive barrel age program, and the brewer came from there. Same as the guy from Tired Hands came from Weyerbacher. Gene. Valid by design. Check a PBR. It'll unlock the gas. Isn't that in the labels? Don't they sell it? Isn't that on the billboard? And like Route 80, it's like
Unlock
check
the
a
gas.
PBR, it'll unlock the gas. And just some like words are hard. I tried to like fix the shakeable portion of the show as much as I could. I put a little foam pad here, but it's not working. It's a little better. So I think if I did that earlier,
it's better.
Like, yeah. But if I like that, you guys are still fucked. I'll have to find something else. And Tiger back with drinking SM. What's SM?
I don't know.
Sadomasochism?
Maybe.
Sour monkey.
Sour monkey, maybe.
SM. I don't know what that means. Are you ready for last but not least?
No.
Doppelbock. Yeah, buddy.
This one better be good, because
smoke beer.
Oh.
Drinking a glass of smoke. What's SM?
Yeah.
Drinking SM smoke. You can smoke, son.
Oh, he might have been typing and accidentally hit enter or something. Might have sent.
Oh, that could be it. Let's see if this one gushes.
Yes.
This one gushes. God damn, man. I wonder why.
Well, they have been sitting on the table for like an hour, so
It doesn't matter.
it warmed up a
I
little bit.
poured way too much in there.
Have fun.
This looks like the second one, coloration wise. I know I haven't been talking about that with you guys, but
It is a meal.
what?
Oh. All right.
Oh my god.
Is that super smoky?
Smell that before you no. It smells exactly like what something specific. I'm gonna write it down before you don't say anything yet.
Oh, why? Why did we do this? Why couldn't you just said no? Oh. It smells like
What does it smell like?
moldy basement.
Musty attic book.
Whatever.
That's exactly what it smells like. It smells exactly like a fucking old, musty. Wow, dude. I don't know if I want to drink this.
It's kind of nice. It's
I
different.
like old book, man, but man.
This is like, yeah.
This is like, did they actually like age this on old books?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's dangerous. It's got to go in a cuvee bucket. It has to. It's got to be part of the gang.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
He's gonna chug this, by the way. He's gonna chug it as fast as he can. How awesome would that be for us, not you? Oh my god.
Ugh.
Okay, well,
I don't even.
yeah.
Ugh.
It's not that bad. I mean, it tastes like all the mustiness, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah, tastes like.
That's the worst one of the bunch, by far. I mean, I actually appreciate like a little bit of mustiness, a little bit of old book, and a lot of subtle oxidation. It's basically that's oxidized. This cap must have been fucked, and you know what? It's not. There had to be something in the beer, because or if it was, I don't know. We didn't actually look to see how much negative oxygen or how much space there was in there.
They were all basically the same.
The cap was fine because otherwise it wouldn't have had that much carbonation. There's no way it would have leaked out by now, being as old as it is. Yeah, that's just.
Or maybe just after 9 years, they'd just go.
Yeah. Okay. I need to get some water and a stir for that.
Oh, jeez.
Bucket. You want to get it? Well, I have to get it because he has no idea where to do all this shit. So Keith is going to entertain you. I'm going to get up. I'm going to grab some things real quick. We're going to come back. I'm going to drink from this. Keith doesn't have to drink from that. So
I'll be back because I have to use the bathroom. But I'll entertain everybody.
Anytime.
Yeah. All right, guys. How's everyone doing? Oh boy. All right. So this was not very educational. This was what's the word? I wouldn't suggest anyone else do this. No. Let's go to some of these comments. How about that? Drinking less from beers, like having a meal. Yes. We drank 8 meals, basically. Genesee box season is here. I really hope they release some pilot batch variations. Had a bourbon age variant last year. I never drinking beer again, so.
He's a liar.
Oh, jeez. Doug, you're wrong this time. We're not chugging. Not chugging. That's exactly what I did, bro. Wait, what'd you do?
Can you let me sit down, motherfucker?
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Did you just fart?
No.
It sounded like you farted.
Trust me, you'd know.
Oh, I know. Okay, we're back. I didn't get it. Doppelbock farts are the best parts. Okay, I got a gigantic glass. I didn't get a stir. Let's do this. I'm going to spill everything. I'm not spilling anything. Let's see. There we go. That will mix it up proper. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to keep drink this for the whole night. Yeah, we got so much shitty beer now. Just goes to show you, great ideas don't necessarily mean you'll have a great time. Yeah, next time we do this, we should definitely do like session beers or something like that instead of chugging a gallon of sweet doppelbock. So it looks, I mean, it's an infinitely bigger glass than what we were using earlier, but it looks way darker than what the kind of average was. most of them. I mean, she looks pretty, actually. She looks like what a doppelbock should look like. When I talk about doppelbocks, in one of my biggest check marks when it comes to doppelbock, I want this kind of subtle kind of haziness to it. You know what I mean? To where you get this kind of doo-doo water kind of haziness to it. That's kind of like a prerequisite for me to be an epically good doppelbock. You get those from your Sam Adams doppelbock. You get them from Celebrator, all those great doppelbocks. So, I mean, this gigantic, look at this thing, man. This is like the hugest Weisenglass in the history of mankind.
It smells like fucking doppelbock.
It smells like sex, is what he said.
Oh, jeez.
Mm.
I feel a little better.
That's not bad.
Can you smell the is the mustiness in there?
No, drink it. It's super easy drinking.
Ooh, I do get a little mustiness, but
Yeah, but it's not bad.
No.
I could drink that.
yeah.
That's pretty good. That's what the kids would call aight. It's aight. Okay. That's how you know Keith is having a good time. He's like, basically, Keith's like the beer is really delicious, or I'm having a horrible time. Sounds are exactly the same sounds. There's no difference. If he has a beer he loves, he's like, if he's having a horrible time, he goes,
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So there you go. We just drank. Well, we didn't drink a gallon of Doppelbock. We poured out a gallon of Doppelbock. Actually, there's still a bunch left, so I didn't even pour a whole gallon of it. So. Okay, where's the dump bucket for the poopy fucking Glutenberg? So anybody that likes Glutenberg, don't bother or wants to try it. It's pretty
actually, but their regular beers are actually pretty good. Probably the best gluten-free beers I've had. Probably.
That's like saying the best fake cheese. It's not good as real cheese.
Actually, it is. Basically tastes the same. I don't really like cheese that much, so.
But if you did, well, that's not true.
What?
That's not true.
What?
You love cheese. Your body doesn't like cheese.
Oh no! Like I don't like cheese by itself.
No, what I'm saying is, if you ate cheese and it didn't fuck you up, you would love cheese.
Kind of.
Yeah. So
like I don't.
It's like people are like, I hate peanut butter because I'm allergic. Be like, no, you probably fucking love it. You just can't eat it because you'll die.
even when I ate cheese, I didn't eat it just by itself. I always had it on pizza or burgers or whatever, because I never liked the taste of cheese by itself. I always thought it complemented things, but and the same goes for vegan cheese. I don't like it by itself, but I like it on pizza.
Saturday, January 11th at 4:32 p.m. is when me and Keith stop being friends. Just so you guys know. You guys are keeping track at home, keeping score at home. We are now not friends anymore because he does not like cheese. Ricard says, one night I tried 30 different rums. That was a rough one. Yeah, it was. Sulfates and preservatives, and they are $20, $4 cans. For the Glutenbergs. So $20 for 4 cans. That's pretty pricey, right?
Yeah, I think they're like $11,
which is really weird.
US.
Maybe it's because they're produced out of Canada. Like, I'm gonna let everybody out there know who isn't from Canada. If you want to buy like Euro beer, go to fucking Canada. Like, it's so cheap there, it's not even fucking funny. Like, you could get like Jersey, New Jersey is one of the places I've found the cheapest. You could buy Rochefort's. Rochefort is a Belgian beer, you know what I mean? Trappist beer. Their 12 is their quad. It's probably my favorite quad of all quads. In PA, that's a $9 beer. In Jersey, I can get it for probably right around $7. It's usually like $5 to $6 and change, but you got to pay tax in Jersey, so it comes around $7. I can buy them for like $3 Canadian in Canada, which is like $2 American.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All the Euro beers are mad cheap there, which is kind of surprising me. But since it is a Canadian product, that's probably why. Doug's like, love the Weisenglass. I love it too. It's gigantic. My brother or uncle-in-law or relative on my wife's side got me this. You can fit like a gallon of beer in here. Keith's gonna boof that later. Let's see. It says Matt had to go take the smoked beer shit. No, that will happen tomorrow, brother. Believe me, if I shit right now, the camera would just be like this. You'd be like, "Oh, Matt's taking a shit." You know what I mean? Like you would know. Anyway, Matt, you and Keith should do this more often. No. Yeah, I mean, we did this a couple weeks ago.
No, I think he means fucking 6 bottles of doppelbocks.
No, he means talk on the internet. Yeah, no, we'll do it again. Definitely. It's way easier to have somebody actually here, so I don't have to talk on the camera, even though I can do that.
Even though
pretty much do that all the time anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not good at talking, so
yeah.
When he's not talking, I'm just like.
But Keith likes doing this, so throw him a bone. No, but I snuck this one in. I snuck this in, and I snuck the other one in tomorrow's show, the Saison DuPont show, and before my birthday, because like I said at the beginning of the show, I'm gonna take a month off of the beer.
This thing's coming out again.
Yeah, it's because it's good. It wants to be drank.
Oh, I don't. Never drink it again.
Fucking liar. Okay, what are we drinking next? You want to do an non-alcoholic beer, or do you want to go dive into something light?
Oh, I don't care.
You pick. Dealer's choice.
Let me put the must water in there.
The must water.
The must juice. Probably. I want one of these. Can we drink one of these?
That would be Taco. I don't know if you guys can hear Taco going ape shit. We are cracking open a Lawson's Super Session Galaxy, which I saw this kind of pop up. I've had the Idaho 7. I forget the other one I had, but I was walking past the cooler the other day, yesterday actually, and I was like, "Wait, there's a Galaxy version." I'm like, "That's
this is new. It just came out."
Yeah, this was canned less than a week ago.
Oh,
yeah. So
it smells weird.
It smells weird.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, I think my palate is
wrecked.
Yeah, yeah. This tastes like cardboard to me right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to dive into the fucking super barrel aged adjunct stuff to reset his fucking palate. Shut that shit back into existence. Tago is freaking out. Okay, Keith, Chuck, I gotta work my job real quick. So have fun with that.
You gotta do your job.
Yeah, I'm on call every now and then, so I gotta do something real quick. It takes me a half second.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is not what I thought it was gonna be because I think
it is probably way warmer than it should be because it's been for an hour.
It is also warmer than
I should put all that shit in a cooler. Why the fuck didn't I do that? You have the cooler sitting right next to you. I feel
yeah. I probably could have done that.
Yeah. Good job, Keith. You did one fucking job.
All right. I'm going to put everything in the cooler right now. I'm putting everything in the cooler.
Now he puts it in the cooler.
I will talk while I'm putting stuff in the cooler. There's a few things in here. We'll get to them eventually, I think, maybe. Or never, hopefully. So, yeah, but this was fun, I guess. I would, we did talk about aging a little bit, but as Matt was saying, you age stuff and you see how it progresses or changes. That's not the word I'm looking for. But yeah, and it's kind of nice to have the different vintages right next to each other. And
you're calling the best color man in the business, baby. Look at him lighting it up. Down to 13 viewers now, man. Come on, keep it up.
Yeah, I don't recommend doing doppelbocks, smoked doppelbocks. Maybe do a lighter something Belgian. If you're lucky enough to get even like the Shelfies from Hell Farmstead age super well, you do some of those. But yeah, this was enlightening.
I'm done working.
Oh.
There you go. So there you go. I mean, in the great scheme of things, what do you think? Like the vertical, try to strip aside the fact that it got really rough down the end. You know what I mean? Like try to like take that and kind of put that in the back seat and actually talk about it. Like that would have been perfect vertical for 4 people.
Yeah.
That's what.
Oh yeah. If we had more people, this would have not been so bad. Everyone get 2 ounces or whatever.
But it was a cool trip to go down, especially because the first one was good. The second one was better. The third one was even better. The fourth one was a step back. The fifth one was okay. It was kind of a little better than the fourth one, but not great. And the last one was the worst of the bunch.
But that's just because it was, I don't know what it was, but it was just musty.
Yeah.
Just smelled like moldy basement. I know because I have a moldy basement and it smelled just like that.
Like crazy moldy basement. Like way moldier than you typically expect. But it was still a fun experience, and that's the best thing about verticals and stuff like that. Like Keith purchased this. There's a bottle shop in Mass, which is by Allentown, called Changy's. I've talked about them previously in the past. They have a bunch of different beers. He picked these up off the shelf from there a week ago.
Yeah.
So these things can be had.
That's why I think they just released these, because they were all on the shelf. They were all right next to each other, and they had just put them out. So I think Schlenkerla.
Yeah, close enough. You do this, go Schlenkerla. That's all you have to do. It's like, Anglo and Schlenkerla. That's how you say it. That's exactly how you say it.
Yeah, I think these were recently released. So they popped up and I saw them and I asked Matt if he wanted to do a vertical, and then he said sure, and then I bought them and he was like, "Oh, you meant it."
You got another Mark Ruffalo on this one.
Oh, that actually, let me say something. I had to go to a funeral last week.
Way to lighten the mood.
For my partner, her grandfather died, and we went to his funeral last week. And we went to the thing, and then afterwards bunch of people were going out to eat afterwards, so we went, and at the table that we sat at, some people we didn't know who were friends or something of her grandfather's were sitting at the same table as us, and they also said that I look like Mark Ruffalo. So that's a fun story, I guess.
How does it make you feel?
I don't know.
Let's talk about it.
Because I feel like it's the hair.
Oh, it totally is. Totally. I mean, you look like Mark Ruffalo had a baby with Adrian Grenier.
I don't know who that is.
I'll bring it up.
But I've gotten a because it's weird, because I've always been told, oh, you look like this person, but I've never been told I look like the same person by a bunch of people all at the same time. Oh yeah, that guy.
Do you know who that is? It's the guy from Entourage. He was in Devil. What is it? Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, I've seen him and stuff before.
And he looked like he looks like that dude had a baby with fucking Ruffalo, right? It's the hair. I look like a fucking lead singer from Smash Mouth who had a baby with a dumpster, so I'm okay with it all.
Also, another note, I am surprised that I thought doing this vertical was gonna like get me wasted, which like I'm feeling it, but like it's way more
coherent.
It's a way more of a chore once you get a few in, so you don't get as wasted because you don't even want to drink them.
And Caleb wins the night so far.
Yes.
You win, Caleb. You win.
Would everyone watch if I started a beer review channel called Mark Ruffalo?
Mark Ruffalo, 93 Lumber.
Ruffalo's 93 Lumber. It's also a little warm in here, so there's a few things that are going on in here that made this kind of oh man, my mouth is drying up. I gotta
Hydrate. Okay, so here's the thing. We're gonna drink a couple more beers, go through a couple of these beers, do all that stuff. And then we'll call quits. We're already at 1:45. I don't want to go longer than 3 hours. I don't even think we're going to make that mark. But if you guys are tuning in, if you have any questions, let us know. Ask us anything. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's dive into. I want to try that athletic stout.
I don't know if it's a stout. It just says
Or dark beer.
Yeah, I don't know. Non-alcoholic extra dark.
So
it's called All Out.
So you have Athletic Brewing. I hadn't had anything from these guys. I know about them because they were on one of my favorite podcasts, Steal This Beer. And they just do non-alcoholic beer, but they do like new school styles in non-alcoholic beer. One of my viewers and a guy from New Jersey, Anthony, actually sent me a mystery beer and homebrew. I reviewed both of them. I already posted both of them. And the mystery beer he sent me was the other one you brought, right? Like a golden,
I think it's called
IPA
golden,
or something like that, or something along those lines. And it was a mystery beer. And
actually, I gave you one of their beers. You didn't review it. It was a hoppy.
Yeah, I didn't review it. I just drank it because I'm an asshole sometimes. And
I don't care. I didn't give it to you to review. I don't give you beers to review. Sometimes you review them, sometimes you don't. Actually, I think there was one beer I've ever given you where I was like, you got to review this.
Which one was that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Swamp Witch? No. But and I reviewed it as a mystery beer, and I had no idea it was a non-alcoholic beer. Now you could be like, okay, it's a mystery beer, it kind of fooled you, but people have tried to slide non-alcoholic. He's tried to slide. I'm like, this is fucking not beer. You know what I mean? This is non-alcoholic. Blah blah blah.
I think if I remember correctly, you called it like a dry hopped kombucha or something.
Yeah. Because I was like, this is totally not beer. So even when there's been a couple beers that have been like super low ABV or whatever, I'm like, this could be a non-alcoholic beer. That I didn't think was non-alcoholic from the get. So that was super impressive. I thought it was super cool. This is the hard part, okay? And this is where I was like, the reason why I wanted to drink this. Because the hardest, by far and away, the hardest thing to pull off is mouthfeel without alcohol. It's almost impossible to do. And they didn't do it here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they actually, he actually said, I'm like, okay, bring out the stout. And he's like, oh, it's not a stout. Because they just called it a non-alcoholic extra dark. I would be willing to bet my left testicle. I know people don't like it when people say that shit, but I'll say it. That they made a stout and just said, we can't call this stout because it just doesn't have the mouthfeel.
That's why I wanted to get that. I think the brewery's called Bravis or something. I think they're in California.
Yeah,
they did
telling me about.
Yeah, they did the bourbon barrel aged non-alcoholic stout, and it's super. Like, even if it's not good, I just want to like try it, just because like it's probably the first bourbon barrel aged non-alcoholic stout in existence, right? Probably, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe. But it's just this isn't bad. It's roasty, it's toasty, it's a little bit of coffee vibes, but it doesn't.
It's more of like a session,
dark mild kind of thing going on.
Black IPA.
But I'm thinking they tried to make a stout. It didn't finish the way they wanted it, so they kind of changed the name. Breweries do that all the time. Sometimes breweries don't do it, and 450 North happens. But you know what I mean? Like, it just didn't finish the way it is. And honestly, it's just kind of how it is. You know, sometimes it's so hard to get that mouthfeel without having that alcohol. You have to have it. It's the fermentation process just creates that mouthfeel. And, you know, that's why bigger beers have thickness, 5C thickness, and why smaller beers come off lighter and thinner. It's physics, it's science, it's the way it works. And this beer just, you know, it's fine, it's tasty. I don't think it's a bad beverage, and I think it is similar to a beer, but it tastes like they were shooting for a stout and they ended up with something that was thin, so they called it a darker whatever more than anything else. So
there is oats in this. They used oats, so they were definitely trying to boost that mouth feel.
Oh yeah,
but it's
yeah. I mean, this is 100 calories. I think what's the other one? I mean, it's probably 30, 40 points less. That's how many oats they crammed into this thing.
50.
Yeah, so this is 100. That's how much oats they put in this, trying to create mouthfeel.
Yeah, there's only barley in this one. That one's like Vienna malt, barley, oats, and wheat. They threw a bunch in that to try to get it there, but
just didn't get it. I don't think you can. Now, the person that figures it out.
But I will say this is good though. I like this. I mean, I would say I'm more of a fan of non-alcoholic beer than you, but I think this I don't know. I think this is good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but in the grand scheme of things. It's a welcomed respite from drinking a ton of smoked moldy doppelbocks. And Doug chimes in, LOL. I know we're hilarious. I don't even know what you're talking about, but I know it's fuck no, it's the face too. It's your Mark Ruffalo. And great job, guys. I love me some MBR. That's right. Love me. Fuck Keith. No, thank you very much. It's super appreciative. The fact that people even tune in this stuff is pretty awesome. And then leave you with or not leave you with, but last but not least, I have a smoked brew from Pump House Brewery up here in the north. It tastes like a legit burnt mobile home. What does burnt mobile home taste like? I'm kind of curious. Kind of turned me off from them in general. So I assume smoked mobile home. I assume smells like
a burning house,
methamphetamine and plastic. I mean,
yeah,
like that's kind of what So I assume it's just an off-putting kind of smoke. Burnt Band-Aid is kind of my idea, because you can get that a lot from smoked beverages, whether it be an Islay Scotch or some kind of peat smoked kind of Scotch ale, kind of something like that. So it is what it is. But these smoked beers aren't for everybody. Like I said, it took me a while to actually even get on board and enjoy them. So if you told me, 5 years ago I'd be doing a 2-hour video of me drinking smoked doppelbocks, I was like, oh, you're fucking a liar. And I'm not going to do that. Yeah, but I did. So here we go.
Yeah. I think
I kind of want to take like a Gas X or something like that. Like it's not so much the beer was bad.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, listen, doppelbocks exist. Doppelbocks essentially exist so monks could eat. That's why they exist. The monks were like, okay, well, we have to fast, so we can't eat. So we're going to make a beer that is basically dinner in a glass. And that's why doppelbocks exist. They created like bread in liquid form so they could actually not be...
Actually, when I got these, I found a 4-pack of Flankla Lent beer.
Yeah.
And that's what that is, because on the back it has a story about like when they fast, liquids are permittable.
Yeah.
So that beer was supposed to be like a meal.
Yeah, that's what doppelbock. That's why doppelbock exists. So we just ate like 5 dinners, basically between both of us.
That beer was not. I think that beer was like 6%, so it wasn't as like huge. It was good. I meant to bring one, but I didn't, because I figured you wouldn't want any smoked beers after. I don't.
Yeah, so that's the whole scheme of it. Is that fucking like basically, we just basically ate a bunch of TV dinners and fucking in glass bottle format. So it is what it is. So I think we can power through this though. Let's see where we can go. I mean, what do you have in your bag? I see what I have. I mean, we have a Saison DuPont we can drink. We're gonna be covering that tomorrow. We have that. We got those big old thick stouts over there.
I don't know if I can do those.
Yeah, that might actually be the shit the cure that ails you, or the ale that cures you, or something like that. The cure that ails you, or something. How's that go? Because that my pharmacy telling me I need to pick up drugs. My phone, really? On a Saturday?
Saturday. Yeah, like 5. What time is it? At 5 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah, weird.
We're calling you 4 minutes before we close to let you know that you have to come up.
Yeah,
come pick up your prescription.
I'll grant them that it's I've been ignoring your calls for a week. So let's go back to the comment. I had a smoke brew from Hum House. We already covered that one. We have Bill Bach chiming in. Fear and Trembling. What's Fear? Who's Fear? Is that
Bill Farmstead?
Bill Farmstead, right? Yeah. If Fear and Trembling is all my all-time favorite.
I believe it's a smoked Baltic porter.
I love Baltic porters. So you're talking about Baltic porters. Sometimes you can lager them. Sometimes
actually,
but
I have a couple. Actually, I might have that. I might have because I have 2 Hill Farmstead bottles in my fridge right now, and I was gonna drink them together. Not here. No, I don't.
In his fridge.
In my fridge at home.
He brings the athletic brew, not the Hill Farmstead.
Well, I figured we'd need this after those.
He came here going, yeah, we're going to drink fucking 6 bottles of fucking doppelbock and just laugh the whole time. You'd be like, okay.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You were like, oh, we're going to do a 3-hour.
We didn't even drink it. We drank half of that. Not even half of it. We drank like a third of that, and we feel like that's what we need to do. We need to suck it up. Be like, listen.
So let me just say something. Like when we were talking about doing this, Matt was like, yeah, we could do like a 3-hour video and drink 6 smoked doppelbocks. I was like, yeah, drink 6 beers over 3 hours. And then we jump into this and we're like on the third one, 20 minutes in. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this.
He did.
I'm feeling better now, though.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better now.
Once you get that big burp out, that's all you gotta get is like that. Like made like so much room for me. Yeah, let's get it out there. Anyway, here, pass me.
Oh, jeez.
One of these. We're gonna try one.
Do you want one of them?
Give me both of them.
Mexican hot cocoa stout, praline imperial stout.
Okay. I'll call it beer so you can have some of this.
Oh, jeez. I'm feeling better, but I'm not where I need to be. We're
gonna dive into a couple imperial barrel-aged stouts from Monday Night Brewing. These guys sent me these the other day. They sent me 3 of them. I already reviewed all 3 of them. These are kind of leftovers from reviewing. Some of you guys are like, how the fuck do you drink all that beer? Well, I don't. I put caps in it sometimes, and I fucking drink them over a couple days. But I'm curious to see what Keith had to say about a couple of these. This cognac barrel one is, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Spoiler alert. Fucking delicious. I'm just curious what Keith had to say, but I also want to see what he thinks about this mezcal one because I know he likes kind of kooky barrel aged stuff, tequila barrel, gin barrel aged stuff. How did you like that Hermit Thrush, that gin barrel you drank last night?
It was, you know how saisons can get kind of heavy, like when they're like sour, because it was a sour saison, and you know how like they can get kind of heavy. Yeah, and that kind of covered the. You could get the gin a little bit, but there wasn't a lot, so it was a little disappointing, but it was still good.
Okay.
It was just very sour, and it was very saison, and the barrel and the gin kind of got lost. But I got it because, well, actually, every time I went to Shangy's, I looked at it because I wanted to get it, but it was $10 a can.
Yeah, that's the one I said. I was like, I wanted to get it for you, but it was like, well, I saw it was like fucking like $14 for a singular can. I was like, screw that noise.
And I ended up getting it because it's the same gin barrels that Muckraker uses.
Okay.
So I was like, but it was not as Muckraker's gin barrel stuff is like not very, but like nice gin
vibes. Botanicals, not really boozy, but botanically.
Yeah.
So Hunter Canada, I mean, you got to be in the beer if your name's called Canada. Actually asks like what's some good non-bitter tasting starter beer that you would recommend? I'm new, but not a fan of bitterness. I mean, that's actually a really common door for people to come through nowadays. I mean, a lot of new school, super New England, hazy IPAs aren't all that bitter. They lean juicy, but those are kind of hard to pick through. They're hard to find. Wheat beer, I mean, is your biggest kind of gateway for that. So wheat beer, like St. Bernardus Wit is a good one. Even like Hoegaarden or any of those kind of beers. Wit beers in general is a big one. Like a lot of people, when they talk about getting, when I would get my friends in the beer, like I would never forcibly kind of try to get my friends in the beer, but every now and then, since I'm so in the beer, they would, just instinctively be like, hey, if I was going to try to get into beer, what do you think I should drink? And I would try to break down what they like taste wise. And more often than not, it would come down to sour beer or it would come down to non-bittering beer. So wheat beer. I mean, lager and pilsner is kind of a really easy one because if you're transitioning from like adjunct lager, it's very similar, but you can get a little bit of bitterness and stuff like that. Belgian beers is a good one too. So a lot of people who don't like bittering, if you go to Belgian darks or like quads or so. I mean, for the grand scheme of things, I mean, and Caleb actually chimes in and says, get Allagash White. That's probably one of the best suggestions anybody can make about that. But when you talk about Belgian beers in general, Belgian darks are a classification of a style of beer. Belgian doubles and darks are Belgian darks. Not all Belgian darks are quads or doubles, but all quads and doubles are darks. So they are brewed with core 4 ingredients and plus Belgian candied sugar, which sounds super sweet, but it's not because Belgian candied sugar is traditionally made from beets. So beets aren't super sweet in and of itself. So they usually don't carry a ton of bitterness. So Chimay Grand Reserve, Chimay Red, or some of the more popular ones, St. Bernardus, Rochefort, Westmalle, La Trappe would be a really good one. There's a lot of banana phenolic in that where you get a lot of banana split kind of vibes with a little bit of sweetness. So Belgian darks, Belgians in general, Belgian wits, wheat beers, and lager, pilsner, stuff like that would probably be your best bet. That's what would be my suggestion. What do you think? Is there something I'm missing?
I mean, basically any New England style IPA.
It's hard though, because a lot of New England style IPAs say they're like New England, but they have a lot of, some will have bitterness, some won't. Like you can't really tell which one's which.
That's true.
They shouldn't. I mean, the traditional BJCP bullshit book, but
yeah.
Actually, scratch that. American barley wine. That's what you want to drink. If you don't want any bitterness, go find Dogfish 120. Fresh Dogfish 120.
Super
freshest Dogfish 120 you can find. No, don't drink that. Don't do it. You'll die. You'll die. You will die. Jim Beecher says nice stouts. Talking about our beer or?
I think he was talking about the.
Yeah, I know he is. Just saying. What do you think of that beer?
I didn't try it yet because
it's beer. Drink it.
I know it's beer. That's why I don't want to drink it.
No, that's the thing. You think it's gonna be harsh? It's not. It's gonna be super easy to drink.
Ooh,
That's what I'm saying. There's nothing hard about that. Just trust me.
There's a little bit of heat in that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's not hot. It's just it's a big beer.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're drinking what? A half an ounce.
Yeah, you left me the exact amount that I wanted. This is exactly the amount that I wanted.
Caleb dives in with any beer travel plans for 2020. Matt, not Keith. I don't know, man. I did a decent amount of traveling last year, way more than I typically do. So I'm kind of not saying I'm burnt out, but I mean, we went to Hill Farmstead Festival Farmhouse Sales.
I feel like we'll probably jump in on that.
If one of us wins, we'll go again.
Yeah.
If we win Festival Farmhouse Sales, we'll probably go to that again. Let's see what else. I'm assuming there's going to be a trip for us up to Hill Farmstead at some point throughout the year.
Yeah, probably.
Or Vermont.
We have to go to Fox Farm.
Fox Farm. I'm going to Fox Farm. That's happening. I have to go up there and drink with Max and Steven and get shitty. So that shit is happening without a doubt. So I got to go up there. One trip I'm definitely making, and I don't know when. I'm going to Rochester, New York. I'm spending the night. I'm going to go to Rochester, New York. I'm going to Mortalis, other half, the whole 9. But I'm spending the night, and I'm Ubering. So shit's going to get fucking shitty. Like, I looked at the forecast on my phone for when I'm going, and it says I'm getting drunk already. It knows. It knows. But yeah, I mean, my buddy George goes up there all the time. Actually, he's like texting me throughout this video. He's up there with the guys from Mortalis up there. But there's so many good breweries in the Rochester area, and it's too far away for a day trip. So I got to go up there and do a proper overnighter. So I'm going to go up there. That's definitely going to happen. I'm going to Toronto, too. Probably, I think I'm going to Toronto for my honeymoon. Right? Anniversary. With the wife. We kind of talked about it this year. I actually told her today she has to get her passport. She doesn't have it. We want to kind of go up that way. I'd like to go to Canada, kind of circle around, basically. I'd go up through kind of western New York, what I was talking about, Rochester, Buffalo area, go up to, around the Niagara on the Lake area, and head into Toronto and kind of circle back around and come back there around on the Syracuse side of things. So I'm definitely going to go up Toronto area. But yeah, Toronto, definitely going to happen. Vermont's definitely going to happen, and Rochester's definitely going to happen.
We gotta go to
Michigan, to that place that you want to go?
Hammerheart.
Yeah,
that's that log cabin in the mountains in Minnesota.
Is that what it is? Minnesota? Yeah. Tell them about it.
I had one beer. It was a smoked beer, Roche beer. I think it was a Marzen. And then I looked them up because I really liked it. And apparently they smoke a lot of their beers, or they use smoked malts or whatever their technique is. But they do like everything, like Pilsners and stuff like that. Like, well, not everything, but like.
So again, for those of you keeping score at home, Keith wanted to tap out after an hour of smoked beer, but now wants to drive all the way to Minnesota to go to a place that just makes smoked beer. Just so you guys know.
No, I would.
That's what he wants to do.
I would do that if I wasn't quitting drinking after today. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. I wanna pull up the picture of this place.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything specific. Like I said, taking a break from doing a beer, doing that whole. I'm not doing like dry January. I'm just kind of like trying to not be a shitty person for the next month. So I have a ton of beers lined up. I have more than enough content to go through the next month or so. So you're not going to see any kind of break.
I'm doing a moist January.
Moist
so January.
Moist. One of the worst words in history.
I know.
Why don't you do a sad January?
I'm doing a moist January.
What does that mean?
Where I drink some beers and I also drink non-alcoholic beers.
So you're doing you.
Yeah.
You're doing what you normally do all the time.
But I get to call it moist, so I'm happy.
Anyway. So yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. It'll be nice. It works out perfect too, because like you said, the wife wanted to do to kind of take a break, think it'd not be as shitty health wise. And I need to do it because I'm a little bit too fat. But it's also it's right after my birthday, which will be on Monday, so 2 days from now, and I have a ton of reviews in the can on video. I mean, I got so much beer mail from everybody out there right around Christmas time, so I have a ton of reviews in the old chute ready to go. So there'll be no interruption content wise. Other than that, I don't even know. Not much playing. I gotta start doing a podcast again. I kind of during the winter months I get a little bit kind of lax when it comes to podcasting.
They just had their 6-year anniversary. 6 years of smoked beers. Yeah. I want that shirt.
6 years of smoked beers. That's what Keith is all about right there, baby.
I gotta find that picture though.
But I've been a little bit lax when it comes to the beer reviews, especially in the winter time.
See that?
It's a cabin
See
in the
how
woods.
nice?
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of nowhere. Well, there's probably like skyscrapers on the other side.
It's like Source. Like
Source, all the pictures.
There's a brewery in New Jersey called Source Brewery, and the beers are fine. We had a good time. We go there. Very pricey though. What we basically got the equivalent of a flight. I got 4 4-ounce beers. That was like $20. So 4 ounce.
That's because they
4-4-ounce flight.
They didn't do
everything's a la carte. There's no flight. You have to order it individually, but they know they're doing that. So, but all the pictures of Source is like this grandiose kind of background with like mountains in the background and like all this kind of great light and all that kind of stuff. And it's literally attached to like a Trump golf course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In like Hoboken. You know what I mean? Like it's next to like 9 strip malls. You know what I mean? It's like it's not in like the middle of nowhere. It's like literally it's like the Trump golf course goes like this. And that little nugget is worse.
I will say that it's impressive how they got those shots. Because those shots have to be perfect.
Oh yeah.
Because there isn't
Photoshop exists.
Yeah, or that. Because there isn't room. Like there's something right on the other side of them.
Yeah.
And then the golf course is on the other side.
Yeah.
And behind it. So like the shots are very very
deliberate.
Yeah. Very tight shots.
Very deliberate. I'm trying to think what else. I don't think that's it brewery wise.
Wasn't there somewhere on the West Coast that you said something? Because then I said, oh, we can stop at Hammerheart in Minnesota on the way.
I mean, I always want to go to Firestone Walker Invitational. That's like their beer festival. I'm not a big beer festival guy, but that's like one of my like bucket list beer festivals. Yeah, I would love to go to that.
Is that a huge thing?
Oh, Beer Tuber Palooza. We're going to do that again.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully get more people out here for this year. So we'll have Beer Tuber Palooza. I'm sure all the guys that were there last year will almost definitely come this year. So you have Joe from the Beer Patrol. You will have the guys from Nerd Sense, Mike and Sean. You'll have Kyle from No Hype come down. Joe from NEPA Beer Reviews. He works at River Horse now, but he should be back. And Keith will be here from 8693 Lumber. Sorry, what is it again? Ruffalo 93 Lumber. and so there should be a decent portion of us. I'm hoping that some more people kind of come through for that. I know. Let's see what else this year. Actually, travel wise, this is going to be kind of interesting. I know. Trying to think of the year if I'm right on the right year. I think could be wrong. Anyway, Rampant Lion Beer Reviews. I don't know if you guys follow him. He is he's a Scottish fellow, but he's basically, I believe he's based out of like Sweden, oddly enough. We were talking about that earlier. He's going to be coming through the United States this year, I believe. We're supposed to hook up and hang out and kind of drink some beers and do stuff like that. So I'll probably be traveling to kind of hook up with him and do all fun stuff. I think it's this year, not next year. I'm pretty sure it's this year. Camp Beer Reviews is supposed to be coming through the States this year too, I believe. I don't think he's coming to my area, but if the kind of stars align and all that kind of stuff, kind of end up meeting up with Craig and seeing what's what from there. So, yeah. So I'm hopefully hook up with a couple beer tubers, James from Rampant Lion and Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. we'll see what happens with that. And I'm sure you'll see me hooking up with a couple different beer reviewers and stuff like that.
Do you think there's going to be anyone international that's going to be coming through around?
I don't know.
YouTuber Palooza?
That's a hard get. I mean, it's kind of like a small, like it's like just something fun to do, and for someone to travel all the way down, it's kind of hard.
No, I'm not saying them coming out specifically for that, but like if they're
around,
if they're coming through the
right
States.
now, I don't know anybody. If anybody actually does come down and do something, I'd assume it would be one of the Canadian guys, just because that's easier. So
right,
it's a little bit cheating. When it comes to saying international, because Canada is America's hat. It's easy to go down. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, sorry. You're fucking up, Keith. I'm sorry. Podcasts. I have one podcast lined up in the future that I have to record. That is a brewery down by the Jersey Shore called Last Wave. Did I give you one of their beers, Last Wave? No, I didn't. I'm definitely going to do a podcast with those guys.
That wasn't that one that was like no bitterness, but it was like super bitter. That wasn't that.
Well, it said no bitterness in the can, but it was bitter. That's after. I'm gonna interview them just because I know I'm going down to the Jersey Shore for a couple days just to relax at my the owners of my company at their house. So I'm gonna go interview them, but I gotta start kind of picking. Who do you want to interview this year? Sean Hill. Yeah, Sean Hill. Who else? Dan Suarez.
Yeah, and whoever at the Fox Farm and
whoever's we don't care. We want to interview Fox Farm, like the actual farm. Be like, hey, farm, what do you have to say about these beers, Fox Farm?
We want to interview the foxes at this farm.
And then maybe kind of try to get a couple. I know I could probably do a podcast with guys from New Park. That would be fun. A couple of those guys. I gotta get up that Connecticut way and hang out with a couple of viewers and stuff like that, because there's a lot of people, especially up in that Connecticut way, Connecticut, Vermont, that whole way.
Do you ever re-interview people?
I would. I mean, I try not to, but I definitely would. It's not like outside of the realm of possibility. Why?
I don't know, because Sam from Bond is always fun to like. I saw him yesterday, but it was just like. He's always running around, so it's just like, hey.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to.
Don't pressure me.
I'm saying you have to.
Okay. Speaking of, open that crowler.
Oh, jeez.
What?
I didn't even finish this yet.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't even touch that yet.
Oh. Well, I need something to drink.
What?
I need something to drink. Give me something. I don't know anything. It's warm. Should have put this in your cooler.
I didn't. It was in the cooler.
Okay, so we're at 2:16. I think we are not long for this world. I will take a little bit of water. We'll wrap this up, and then I'm going to force Keith to watch football. The rest of the night, he's going to be so excited about that.
Possible interviews. I don't know. I think interviewing the guy from Cave might be interesting because that is a brewery. The brewery isn't in the mall, but their tap room is in the mall. Like it used to be like a shoe store or something where they're at.
Yeah, but I don't know. The weird part about the podcast is I just don't want to interview people just to interview them.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. That would be interesting because their tap room is literally in a mall.
Yeah, but I don't find that interesting.
Fun. Well, it's your podcast.
Let's go that direction instead of who we could do. Who would I want to do? What would be my short list? Short list of people I'd want to interview. Sean Hill's probably number one. I've contacted him like 3 times, nothing. I'd really like to re-interview. We interviewed Dean from Treehouse. We're not going to get Nate.
Lawson's?
No. Sean Lawson, no. That would be a good one. But we interviewed in the past. We interviewed Dean from Treehouse. I would really like to actually interview Nate. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but that would be a cool re-interview, I should say. I'm trying to think.
Maybe the other half guys.
Other half would be fun. Other half Mortalis would be fun. Mortalis would be fun. Other half would be fun. Bellwoods would be fun if I'm in Canada. If I could swing that one, that would be really cool. Go to CL would be awesome. I have to go to fucking Montreal for that one.
Let's go to interview Schlenkler.
Yeah, there we go. Let's go to fucking Germany. Interview Schlenkler. Yeah, just easy like that. Y'all that fucking podcasting dope. I make. I mean, a lot of them like ones that like Tired Hands would be cool. Dean would be a cool one, but there's a lot of people that don't do them. Would be a cool interview, you know. You know what I'd really like to re-review? I keep saying re-review. Re-interview, if I could. Fucking Dennis from Drylog. That would be
Strange Roots now, right?
Yeah, well, Strange Roots. That would be one of the ones I'd really want to do. That would be really, really cool. Do that one. The 450 North guys, that would be fun. You know what would be a fun redo? It's fucking Tom from Muckraker to see what it's like from when he thought he was going to open to when he actually opened.
A year later?
Yeah, to see like what he thought was going to happen to what actually happened. That would be a really fun one to do. Hudson Valley guys would be cool. I've been trying to get them for a while, and we've gone back and forth, just never really tied them down. Equilibrium would be a cool one to redo because they opened their new spot and all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't today the grand opening? Was today the grand opening? Or
Today was like
today...
the grand opening, but they've been open for like a couple weeks. Like today's like they're calling like the official one. Yeah. They've been open for a couple weeks already. And stuff like that. Like there'd be a little bit of re-reviews kind of going on, and there'd be like, you know, new guys and stuff like that. We'll see what's happening. So anyway.
Maybe what about the Athletic Brewing guys? Interview those guys? Would that be an interesting thing?
Well, no, I don't think it would be. No, only because I already listened to a podcast of the owner, and I think I heard everything there needs to be said.
Oh, okay.
Only because when he actually did, the owner, Bill, I forget his name, he wrote me because I did the one review of the mystery beer. And well, the concept is cool, and I'm all about it. Like, every time they tried to ask him, when Steel the Spirit interviewed him, they asked him specific information about what he does, not necessarily to like try to copy stuff, just to understand how they do it. They're like, oh, that's proprietary. We really don't want to talk about it. So it was like a lot of the interview was like,
a lot of non-alcoholic places do that because everyone has their own technique. Yeah, and it's kind of like
it's hard to be like, what are you going to ask? What are you going to talk about? So it's not so much that I wouldn't want to talk to them, but it's like, okay. Be like, is non-alcoholic beer good? How do you like it? What do you like about it? I mean, what am I going to ask? Not that I would want to get down and dirty with technique, but it's also like, what makes you interesting as a brewery is a question you want to ask. If you're going to interview anybody, it doesn't matter if it's beer or anything. Why would people want to hear you talk? The reason why people want to hear them talk is because they make well-made non-alcoholic beers. Well, why do you do that, and how do you do that? Half of that question you can't answer, so it kind of doesn't set up for a really good podcast. And there's a couple of people. I do Jug Handle locally. I do Jug. I want to do Conclave really bad, especially with them opening up a new brewery. I would like to do them.
Actually, they're closed until further notice. Yeah, until they. Yeah,
so it'd be. I'm sure I got to reach out. And just I reached out a while ago and didn't really come to fruition on that one, but we'll probably do it again.
Every time we go down there, one of the guys is there and they're like, "Oh, we want to do an interview."
Yeah. It's like, and he's like, "Let's do a podcast," and we just never do it. You know what I mean? So we got to do it. Alex from Troon, I think, would be a really fucking fantastic interview to do. He probably wouldn't say anything the whole time, but. You want to ask him about 9% session beers? Or?
Yeah. Well, that and like he puts lactose in almost every single beer he does. So that's like, I'm very curious about that. You know that collab that Tired Hands Bon and Troon did, the old ale? They put lactose in that. They put lactose in an old ale. I didn't have it, so I don't know if it's good or not. But they did brew it with figs, so it's probably awesome. But
why didn't you get me some?
Because it was only released at Tired Hands.
Again,
I
the
wasn't.
question is, why didn't you get
Because I wasn't driving tired hands.
What, you're like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I think the day they released it, because when Bomb posted something about it, I thought they had it, and I was like, "Oh, I'll pick some up on my way home."
It definitely looked like that.
And then Troon posted something.
But they were like, "No, you can't get it here."
Yeah, only at Tired Hands. I was like, it was after work, and I was like, I'm not driving down to Tired Hands.
Okay, I'm gonna wrap this shit up. We have Jim chiming in. New Park is fantastic. So is Fox Farm. A lot of great brews in Connecticut. That is it. That is fact. Hashtag facts. And that is it. So there you go. We did a quick AMA. Wasn't so much an AMA as us just drinking.
Struggling.
Doppelbock. All the Doppelbock. And there you go. So we're going to cut this short. 2.5 hours. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the time. Kind of wavered anywhere between mid-20s to actually like 4 viewers over about 10 minutes ago. Back up to 10. Hopefully you guys had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed this little podcast. We will be back tomorrow with the where did I put the bottle of it?
It's in the cooler. You want me to get it?
No. Saison DuPont. We're going to do our massive online community bottle share.
I won't be here.
He will not be here.
I'll be watching though.
He'll be watching.
Probably.
And we're going to do that 3:00 tomorrow. I know these kind of times kind of screw up a lot of people because of NFL.
Wait, what time are you doing it tomorrow?
3.
3?
What do you want to stick around?
No, I was just asking.
So we'll do Saison DuPont tomorrow. We'll do that, probably do that for about an hour and a half. And then I will be gone. And then I will be beer free for a whole month. And then I'll come back with a vengeance. So send those fucking beer mails because when, Valentine's Day hits, shit's about to get fucking real with like 9 Z's reels.
Are you going to take this alcohol-free time to try some non-alcoholic options?
Should I do that? Ask this guy, should I be ensconced in non-alcoholic?
I'm not saying you have to like go crazy and like try everything.
I should do it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Should be a good time to do that. Yeah, let's do it. I'll try to get some non-alcoholic stuff in. Well, you got the athletic stuff at Shangy's? Yeah, I'll try to pick up some non-alcoholic stuff. Maybe we'll go that way and try to do a couple 2-tree. But that's the thing. I'm not going the next month. Here's where the caveat is. The next month, it's not that I'm not drinking for a month. I'm trying to be healthy for a month.
Oh.
And I don't think non-alcoholic beer is healthy.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that I'm not drinking. I'm just trying to do like, positive health moves. So, but
it's low calorie.
No, it's not.
Some of it is.
It's lower calorie than a normal beer. It's not low calorie.
Maybe you should just drink.
It's like saying less sugar. If you have like 9 pounds of sugar, but you only eat something with 8.9 pounds of sugar, that's less sugar than a 9-pound bag of sugar. Science. Anyway, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this live feed. Join tomorrow, same time, same bat channel, 3:00. Saison DuPont. We'll do that. We'll review it together. You guys can sit along, drink along with us, hang out, have a good time. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little kind of doppelbock smorgasbord, which kind of makes sense. It's like a charcuterie without the fucking meat because it's bologna.
I know everyone enjoyed
bologna
it
and
more
old
than
books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some doppelbock for yourself. Hopefully see you tomorrow for the old Saison DuPont. Hopefully see you next time. Cheers.
Bye, everyone.